And it looks like he was just a little bit short of the first down. And so a third down and one. And the first pass of Jed Byers' quarterback career was a completion to Caden Hildebrand. And, well, now we know he can throw.
Yeah, we know he can throw the ball a little bit. First in class. We have seen him complete so far this season. So it's a good time for Pullman if we can know Jed can complete some passes in wrong situation.
And another quarterback keeper by Byers. And that has been the most effective play for Pullman tonight, picking up an easy first down. And like you said in previous games, when Byers has the ball in his hands, good thing happens.
Yeah, Eric, he needs to get the ball. He's the most dynamic player on this Pullman offense, so he needs to get the ball as many times as possible if Pullman's going to have a chance of winning this game. He needs to touch the ball. I mean, he's not quarterback, but he needs to run the ball at least 20 times. That just needs to happen for this Pullman offense to be good tonight.
And in motion, that is number 23, Dylan Hodge. Byers with another quarterback keeper, picking up a gain of about 3 yards on the play. So we've seen Byers picking up a lot of positive yards after the first drive from Pullman ended with a punt.
Yeah, it's a little surprising there. As Pullman, usually when they motion that guy over, they're usually handing it off, and that's what that has really worked so far this season. I do like it when they run that little wide receiver quick to the outside. Is an effective play for this Pullman offense, as I like what they've done so far tonight.
Byers with Hildebrand in the backfield. Pitzer in motion, and Byers hands it off to Pitzer as he looks to get around the edge, and almost does, but he still picks up a positive gain of about 2 yards on the play.
We're going to see James Pitzer used about 8-9 times now running the football. They do give him the ball a few times during the game, and he's an effective player. He gets in open space. He's really dangerous. So Pullman's going to want to get him the ball tonight if they're going to have a chance of winning this football game.
1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Byers with the empty backfield. He motions Dylan Hodge as that quarterback keeper was snuffed out from the beginning. Tackle made by number 44, Ford Tuttle, the junior linebacker. And so fourth down for Pullman, and we see Jared Holstead out to punt the ball once again.
Yeah, that does show a problem for the Greyhounds. They need to be able to throw the ball in these situations, but he's not a big time thrower. So have you not seen Newman so far tonight?
And a fair catch called, a bit of a surprising call from number 30, Logan Candinoza, as he probably should let that ball bounce into the end zone.
Well, yeah, Eric, they say at the college level and the pros, we still see that happen, but you should let the ball go if it's inside the 10 or more, because the ball has a better chance of going into the end zone for the touchback, but that is good for the Greyhounds. A good punt there by Holstead to push Prosser back deep in their own territory, so let's see what the Pullman defense is going to do and the Prosser offense on this drive.
Prosser back on offense. Their last drive ended with a turnover on downs on a fourth down. Incompletion. Very strong run from number 25, J.R. Coleman. His second run of the game. And a big gain of 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's a big play runner. I've seen from the stats, he's a big play runner, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight from him, as I feel like Prosser's going to need to get him quite a few carries tonight if they're going to be effective.
Another run to Coleman, looking to get out on the edge. He picks up the first down and a little bit more. James Pitzer, the junior, with the tackle. Yeah, Prosser's still moving the ball very efficiently.
Yeah, Prosser, they have moved the ball around the field, but they have not been able to capitalize, as they have moved the ball very effectively, as you just said, down the field tonight. So they're going to want to be able to put the ball in the end zone if they've been this effective.
And then two big stiff arms from J.R. Coleman, showing the strength on that run. And that looks like that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. And a bit of a surprising score, 0-0. And we thought going into this game, both teams were going to be on fire on the offensive side of the ball, but a defensive battle here early on in the first quarter.
Yeah, Eric, so far we have seen Prosser move the ball down the field quite effectively tonight, but they threw the interception in the red zone on the first drive of the game, so nothing going for Prosser on the they have moved the ball down the field very well, but they've been not able to capitalize on those opportunities tonight, as Pullman's defense has shown up so far. And then on the offensive side for Pullman, they just have not been great tonight so far. The lack of being able to throw the ball really hurts Pullman with Byers at quarterback, but he is an effective player running the football. So if they're going to get this offense going, it's going to have to go through Byers, and that's what Pullman's going to do tonight.
Absolutely. I think if Pullman wants to win this game, they definitely got to incorporate the pass a little bit more. Utilize your star receiver, Isaiah Strong. He's had a lot of big touchdowns. We saw him with rip off an 80-yard touchdown in his last game, but there's also other weapons. You got Jared Holstad, the senior. You got Jake Wells, also the talented junior, hasn't really been able to showcase his talents that much this season, but when he's got the ball, he's shown what he can do. And also Zane Wilson, the senior receiver. So Pullman's got a lot of weapons on the receiving end of things, but they also got a lot of weapons in the running back department as well. Both teams switching sides on the field. Prosser with the ball on the 32-yard line. Weinman handing it off to J.R. Coleman once again, and he powers his way up to the first down. Another first down for Prosser, and that's just got to be frustrating for this Pullman defense.
Yeah, J.R. Coleman, a 5'11", 190-pound running back. He's got good size for a runner, and he has ran through the Pullman defense so far tonight, as he is just a bigger back, and so Pullman's going to want to get low and take him down at the line.
Weinman, another handoff to Coleman. You gotta credit this Prosser coaching staff, just going with what's worked. We saw Weinman throw an interception in the first quarter, and we saw another turnover passing the ball. And this drive, we just seen them run the ball ground and pound with Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman 3 carries in the first quarter, but now 2 in the second quarter, as they've given him the ball now for the third time tonight and a first down. So Prosser's offense has been able to move down the field tonight.
First down, Mustangs at the 50.
This team's done a good job, lulling teams to sleep. Those quote-unquote boring plays, just running it up the middle, making the defense focus in on the run, and then all of a sudden, play-action pass, deep throw, as another handoff for Prosser. This time it's Cord Tuttle, as he gets around the edge, picks up the first down, and more. Tackle made by number 11, Isaiah Strong.
Yeah, Eric, we have seen Prosser run the ball every play so far in the second quarter. I think they realized something, that they need to run the ball quite a bit against this Pullman defense, especially with the running backs they have there with Tuttle with his speed back, and Coleman, a big, strong back who can get the extra yards that you need for first downs. And we have seen about a 2-back combo tonight so far from the Prosser Mustangs.
Tuttle on the carry. He is still on his feet, dancing his way through a pack of Greyhounds. He picks up a gain of 8 yards. Great combo tackle by Zane Wilson and Jed Byers.
Yeah, Zane Wilson, a cornerback for Pullman, number 2. He was named All-League only after 3 games, so a quarterback also to watch there for the Greyhounds tonight.
Weinman with Coleman in the backfield, and he hands it off to Tuttle. Looking to get around the edge, picks up the first down. And this is a bit of a rare thing. We haven't really seen that much. Pullman's defense struggling here early in the first quarter. It says 0-0 on the scoreboard, but Prosser's just putting up a ton of yards on this defense.
Yeah, I like what Prosser's doing so far tonight. I like those 2 running backs, Tuttle and Coleman. I think they're a very dynamic duo, and I like what they've done so far on the offensive end.
And the run snuffed out by Pullman. tackle made by number 15, TJ Newman. Pickup of about 1 for Tuttle on the play, bring up 2nd and 9.
Ball at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Pullman and Eric, they're going to want to meet Prosser's running backs at the line of attack. That's where they need to be if they're going to wrestle tonight. You want to get open space. It's going to be a long night for Pullman's defense, but they're meeting at the line of attack.
Weinman, the handoff to Pullman, picking up a gain of about 2. And Ethan, we saw Prosser walking into the stadium. You know, they had a lot of big boys on that line, and it looks like they're definitely the bigger team up front against Pullman.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Eric. A bigger offensive line that Pullman has faced. The last time we faced about this size of an offensive line was at the West Valley Yakima 3 weeks ago at home.
And the pass, it looks like it hit the ground, almost intercepted, but a good heads-up play by Jed Byers and great coverage by Zane Wilson.
Yeah, you can see there why he's an all-league player. Great defense by Zane Wilson. He was trailing right on the hip as you're taught, and he just swipes down, fast that ball away. Great play there by Wilson.
And it looks like the field goal unit is on the field for Prosser. And both of these teams have some talented kickers. Pullman got Caden Hildebrand. We've seen him kick a couple field goals this season. And on the field right now, number 12, Ricardo Herrera, the senior, also plays wide receiver. And that kick has plenty of leg. Right down the middle. Prosser taking the early lead here in the second quarter. 3-0, 9 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Eric, that might be what they need tonight, Prosser, to get something on the board. As a big, they're able to capitalize now, especially as they've driven down the field really well tonight, Prosser. So that is huge to get those 3 points, especially in high school. You don't see a lot of field goals. So big for Prosser to get 3 points up on the board early in the second quarter.
Neither team able to put up a touchdown in the game, but the momentum is definitely with Prosser. However, on those long third downs, we haven't really seen Prosser come up in the clutch. You know, we saw them unable to complete that third down, almost intercepted by Jed Byers, bringing it up the 4th down, and that ended the drive with a Prosser field goal. Prosser fans coming out in big numbers, not as big in numbers for the Pullman section, but that is to be expected as Grandview's a lot closer to Prosser, Washington than Pullman. About a 3-hour drive for Pullman to come up to this game. Got out of class at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one tonight, Pullman. They need to put something on the board here in the first half if they want to keep this game intact. As Prosser's offense has looked good tonight, as they've moved down the field really good on the offensive side. So Pullman's defense has looked good, only allowed 3 points, but their offense is going to need to get going in the second quarter.
You know, I'm wondering if Coach Kofer is going to be putting in TJ Newman in at quarterback. We see him up towards the top of your screen, warming up, throwing the ball. He has been the main quarterback since Connor Kincaid got injured. He's really split snaps with Jed Byers as the kick was recovered by number 2, Zane Wilson. Smartly gets out of bounds. So Pullman is going to get some decent field position at the 35-yard line after the pooch kick from Prosser.
Yeah, Eric, let me tell you, a key for Prosser's defense tonight is to keep big plays away. If you let Jed Byers get into open space, it's going to be a long game for them. Any of the Pullman players, that's just it. Running backs, especially Pitzer and Hodge and Byers. So you got to keep them all contained if they're going to want to be able to stick with Pullman.
So new quarterback in for Pullman. TJ Newman under center. He hands it off to Jed Byers, plowing his way up for about a 5-yard gain. Another decent run for the senior running back. First team all-league in the GNL once again, and Byers has just been a lean, mean running machine.
Yeah, Eric, I do like the change to put Newman in at quarterback, especially because Prosser's defense has keyed in on Byers tonight, especially when they're running the ball. I think they saw the film from last week that they were running the ball when Byers had it. So Pullman has gone with Newman and trying a different scheme. Newman
under center. And it looks looks like it was just a quarterback keeper, but that was snuffed out by big 67 Dawson Frakes. So a loss of yards for Pullman, as it looks like that was a loss of 2 yards. On the play bringing up a large third down for this Pullman offense.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a read option play there. I believe Newman should have handed off to Hildebrand. He would have picked up some positive games since he had the big hole. As they did key in on Newman, the defensive end did a great job there for Prosser to key in on Newman and take that away. But let's see what Pullman does here on third down.
And Prosser showing the blitz. Flags flying all over the place. Looks like it's going to be a false start on Pullman. And, you know, you already had a long third down coming up, but now even longer third down for Pullman as, you know, they've looked quite stagnant tonight on offense.
Yeah, Pullman's offense has looked quite stagnant. Exactly right. And, you know, last week, Pullman's offense came out with a bunch of firepower last week. This week, it's just been really stagnant. I think they need to figure that out as the game continues, as we get farther and farther into the second quarter.
And Newman looking to throw an out route to Isaiah Strong. And it looks like he is going to pick up a first down. Isaiah Strong, the leading receiver for this Pullman team, and showing you why right there, picking up the big first down for Pullman.
Yeah, Isaiah Strong, 6 touchdowns on the season there. His first reception tonight. But Eric, has over 500 receiving yards on the season, so Pullman's going to want to get him the ball as he's a dynamic playmaker down the field, as we have seen Pullman hit him this season on 3 50-plus yard touchdowns. So Pullman has needs to get him going tonight if they want to win this football game.
And a little bit of shifting up front from Prosser as Byers tripped up in the backfield. Still picking up a gain of about 2 yards on the play. And, you know, Pullman hasn't really seen too many teams who do that pre-snap shift up front. You know, some college teams come to mind, like Washington State does that a little bit, you know, trying to draw the other opposing line into a false start.
Yeah, they try to draw the team off into a false start and get the offensive line to basically get a little nervous there. They're trying to get them caught off guard and change the assignments on the offensive line. So Prosper, I like what they're doing so far on defense.
Definitely making Pullman a little bit uncomfortable. Handoff to Dylan Hodge as he is wrapped up. Still picking up a gain of about 3 yards on the play, but it's going to bring up another third down and 5 for Pullman.
Yeah, Eric, I really do want to see Pullman go to the outside more, especially with the backs they have with Byers and Hodge. They're both very fast running backs, so they got to get them the ball to the outside if they're going to have an effective offense.
Pullman coming in this game converting 43.4% of their third downs. You know, quite the efficient team on third down. Wells looked like he came in motion, but running the out route, Newman with a big throw to Jake Wells, the junior. And what a big first down for this Pullman offense. Finally showing a little bit of life on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Eric, TJ Newman has looked great tonight throwing the ball so far on 2 plays, hitting the out route to Strong and then hitting the deep out to Jake Wells, as they are as sure-headed as they get. So a very nice throw by Newman, but it looks like it is going to be coming back as it is the illegal motion on the Greyhounds, and that is going to we're going to replay third down.
And the player in motion was Jake Wells, the one who caught the ball, and so the officials did not like the motion that was going on that play.
Yeah, well, Eric, when you come in motion down the line, you have to stop. You have to stop before the ball snapped. He did not. He kept going just straight through. You have to be able to stop for at least a second and get out. So that is a drive killer there for Pullman, as that is their 4th penalty of the inning. So Pullman's going to want to cut down on the penalties tonight.
You know, what a great throw that was, however, from TJ Newman. We haven't really seen him throw tonight, but he has looked sharp tonight with his 2 throws. First one was to Isaiah Strong, second one to Jake Wells. So a third down and 10 for Pullman. And Newman looking to go deep again. Isaiah Strong with the big catch. And as people like to say, you just got lost.
Yeah, Eric, you are not wrong. A nice catch there by Isaiah Strong. It looked like if Newman would have let him, he'd have gone. If you let him a little more, it's a touchdown. But just a bit of an underthrown play. But you have Isaiah Strong, so that's more as sure-headed as it gets. As you see here, just reaching over top of him and catching that ball. Great play there by Strong, and a huge play for this Pullman Greyhound offense, as that just sparks a little life in this offense.
Second catch tonight for Isaiah Strong. Pullman already has more throws tonight than they did all last game. A bit of a surprise from them. 5:08 left to go in the second quarter. And a handoff, this time to James Pitzer. And we see another one of those little motions from Isaiah Strong. He didn't stop, but they did not call the illegal motion on that play.
No, Eric, right there, Pullman. I wish they would have thrown the ball on that play. I would have liked to see that throw. You just pick up the big game. Come out and throw the ball again, because you got Prosser's defense on their heels. So you got to come out, I believe, and throw the ball, especially on the 1st and 10 there in the position they were in. And Isaiah Strong, 2 catches with over 40 yards tonight. So go target him again and get Pullman in the end zone.
We've seen Pullman incorporating some more backs in their backfield. Pitzer, one of the exceptions, as flags flying all over the field. Players pointing at each other, and Pullman going forward as is an encroachment on Prosser. Pullman's offensive line doing a good job staying disciplined, not making many mistakes. Another penalty on Prosser, bringing up the 2nd and 5 for
Pullman.
Pullman.
Prosser's 4th penalty of the night, so that's big for Pullman. Is this going to be 2nd and 5? So we'll see what Pullman does here as they try to capitalize. As you see there, Isaiah Strong, over 506 yards and 7 touchdowns coming into this game, 64 yards a game. So we're going to see him targeted quite a bit tonight.
And another flag. That one a little bit more obvious, as it looks like is going to be another encroachment by Prosser. And TJ Newman doing a good job with the hard snap count, going under center, picking up the 1st down for Pullman, and 1st down and goal coming up for Pullman the first time this game.
Yeah, Eric, they were able just to get 10 yards on penalties. They didn't have to run an offensive play there. They got a 1st down. So big win for Pullman as they are in the goal line at the 5-yard line as they continue to roll down the field.
Lining up under center, Pullman has a lot more options with TJ Newman. We've seen the quarterback sneak a lot in motion. Dylan Hodge. And the handoff went to number 13, Caden Hildebrand. Not picking up much on the carry. It'll be 2nd and goal, ball on the 4-yard line for Pullman.
Eric, most of the season, I know it, that Pullman has gone out of the gun almost every play, rarely going under center. We saw it last week when Newman came in the game, rushing for 3 touchdowns last week, but it was, they brought him in the 10-yard line. But I like what they're doing so far, going under center. I believe that is an effective way, especially in the goal line. Get under center, hand it to your best ball carrier, and go for a touchdown.
Newman back under center, hands it off to Byers, who is met at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Byers, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and goal. This drive alone, Pullman converting on some huge 3rd downs.
Yeah, it's Eric right here. This is it, a big 3rd down opportunity for the Greyhounds, as they do need to capitalize on this drive, put some points on the board, and get this thing tied up, or take the lead, as Pullman's offense has looked good on this drive, especially with Newman at the quarterback position.
One receiver out for Pullman as number 3, Jake Wells. And Newman rolling out to his right side, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And it looked like Newman might have been brought down by his face mask, but the no call there, bringing up 4th down for Pullman.
Boy, it's your TJ Newman there. You're rolling out of the pocket. That knocked Pullman deeper into field goal range, but they're in field goal. They're going to probably kick a field goal here. But Newman, as you see, he was rolling out. He needs to keep going. He can't try and go back. Even though the guy's there, try and keep rolling out. Throw the ball away. You had the wide out there. Would have been there out of the pocket. Throw it away. You keep yourself right here. He just keeps going. He needs to keep going, and then you can just throw that ball away. But, you kind of knock yourself deeper for a deeper field goal, as that would have been just a little chip shot, as that would have been 25 yards, but now it's going to be 30 plus, especially taking that sack, as you don't want to take a sack in that situation.
And we just saw Prosser make a field goal on their last drive. And I expect we see Caden Hildebrand out to kick for Pullman. And that looks to be the case.
Yeah, Eric, Pullman has drilled some field goals this year. They drilled 2 in the first game versus 5 and 1 versus West Valley. So Pullman has kicked some field goals this year. And this is a big field goal right now. Pullman needs to capitalize and get this thing tied up at 3-3 with just 2:13 to go in the first half.
So quite the defensive battle for this game. A low snap for Hildebrand, almost blocked. And that one is good right down the middle for Caden Hildebrand, tying this game up at 3 apiece. Pullman's offense on that drive was looking pretty good up until they got up to the goal line, and then the bigger line of Prosser took over.
Yeah, Eric, Pullman, their offense looked good on that drive, especially being able to capitalize and tie this thing up. But, Eric, so far we have seen 2 very dynamic offenses coming off big weeks of putting points on the board. Prosser putting up 45, and Pullman last week putting up 56 points. So both offenses have been spread in check tonight, and the defenses for both teams have been great. Only 3 points allowed. As Eric, we might be in for what we saw last year, a low-scoring game. Pullman winning that one 14-13. So we're in for a good one tonight.
And, that was the first drive. We saw Pullman's offense really start to get in the rhythm. Almost got the touchdown, stopped up at the 3-yard line. With a nice field goal from Caden Hildebrand, a reliable option at the kicker position. Pullman hasn't really had that kind of reliability at the kicker position. We've seen him drill a couple of long ones this year, as we just saw right there, tying up the game at 3 apiece. Back to kick for Pullman, the senior, number 12, Jed Byers. This Pullman team's going to be missing Jed Byers next year, and 16 other seniors on this Greyhound team. And a low pooch kick from Byers, and that's going to give Prosser some decent field position. Ball's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line.
We have seen Pullman do that before. They try to get the ball to bounce off the receiving player for the Mustangs. I'm not a big fan of that, Eric, especially. I don't really like it because you're giving them some really decent field position at the 35 with just under 2 minutes to play in the first half, and Prosser's offense has looked good tonight. So that's an interesting call there by Coach Kofer, especially with the time left on the play clock.
Weinman, the handoff to Pullman. Not much gain for Coleman, as that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. 1 minute, 45 seconds left to go in this game. And, this might be the last drive of the first half. A low-scoring game so far. Prosser looking to score a touchdown before halftime, as they did receive the kick in the first half. So they're going to be kicking coming out of halftime.
Yeah. Nice catch there by number 3 of the Mustangs, Levi Vermland. Nice catch on the sideline, able to get out of bounds. A nice throw there, but it was across his body. A long throw, especially for a lefty. A long throw across the field. He has DB's time, but number 3, Levi Vermland, able to come back to the ball and make a good catch.
Both of these teams on offense, they like running a little bit more of an up-tempo. And Lineman intercepted by Isaiah Strong, his second of the game, as he looks to get out on the left edge. Almost does, and gets thrown down at the 40-yard line. So another big interception by Isaiah Strong.
Yeah, Isaiah Strong's second interception of the night, Eric. He just continues to create big plays for this Pullman team. I mean, Isaiah Strong last year blocking the PAT, having interception in last year's game. And Eric, we said it past broadcast, I don't like late throws over the middle. middle, especially as a lefty. You can't throw that one late. Ball's tipped. You're giving the defense is already set there to pick that one off. And you know, with Isaiah Strong, it's an easy interception. And just huge for this Pullman team as they have the ball now at the 38-yard line with 1:05 to play in the first half.
And Pullman definitely trying to capitalize off this turnover. They're going to be receiving the kick after halftime, so, you know, going into the locker room with a touchdown lead will definitely feel good. Newman under center, looking to throw once again. Throws towards Isaiah Strong, almost caught. It looked like he had one of his arms held down, but a no call made by the officials, so 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Eric, I believe there should have been a pass interference. It looked like number 15 for Prosser on Andre Van Guardia. He looked like he was holding his right arm all the way down. But Newman, that was a good throw. Able to keep it out of the middle of the field, throw towards the sideline where Isaiah only can get it, but ultimately an incompletion. But I like the shot down the field for Pullman.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Isaiah Strong, one of the more reliable options in the receiving corps, probably the most reliable option there is. As we saw the last drive for Pullman, you know, he had a spectacular catch over the defender, reaching down, plucking that ball, almost intercepted. Newman looking to throw once again, hits his check down. That's going to be Jed Byers, who breaks free, gets down inside of the 15-yard line. And Jed Byers with that big play potential. You know, we saw Prosser showing the blitz, trying to put some pressure on Newman, and Byers taking advantage.
Well, yeah, with the blitz, the defensive line is gone. It looked like their linebackers were in zone coverage down the field. Their middle linebacker was only one down in zone coverage. As you see here, the linebackers are dropping back. Number 6, and number 51 is dropping back. But that's great blocking there by number 55 for Pullman. Dietrich Mueller, the all-league center, great blocking there, and is able to set up that screen play and ultimately get a big gain for Byers down the field.
Hey, you know, Pullman in this second quarter, they've kind of gone away from Byers, you know, trying to utilize more of their options on offense. And it looks like they're still trying to find their identity in this game. You know, Prosser came out getting Pullman to punt in their first 2 offensive drives. Pullman having to do their work in the air, and Isaiah Strong has come up big as we see what is at stake for both teams. Pullman seeking their 2nd straight state playoff berth. We saw them last year lose in the first round against Cedar Woolley. They're looking to get back into the state playoffs, and Prosser looking to get their first playoff berth since 2015 when they won it all. They won the state championship back in 2015, trying to get back to that point.
Yeah, Eric, when Prosser gets to this, when they get to the Final 8, they are dangerous, especially winning the state title in 2015. So Pullman trying to pull the big win out here in Grandview, Washington.
Newman, 2 backs in the backfield. We got Hildebrand and Pitzer as Wells comes in motion, and it looks like a little bit of a counter, as actually that was number 99, Jared Holstad. He was lined up in the tight end position, and he came around the opposite side that Wells did, unable to pick up.
Yeah, we have seen Pullman run that play in the past. It usually works, but great containment by number 6, Mo Jans, on the play, the 5'9", 170-pound senior. Great defense there by the Mustangs. The clock continues to roll.
And that's just some good preparation by Prosser as Newman brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. And that is a huge sack, bringing Pullman all the way back to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Eric, we have seen Pullman Newman has received a lot of pressure tonight by this Prosser defense so far. They have put a lot of pressure on him, sacking him now for the 3rd time tonight, as the offensive line broke down in number 4, Tyler Durbin, the 6'2", 210 junior, big player there, linebacker, able to come through with the big sack for the Mustangs. We have 18 seconds to go at 3-3 game.
And, you know, Prosser wasn't really showing the blitz, but, you know, that's a read thing on the quarterback, I think. But, you know, TJ Newman just a little bit slow diagnosing the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 22 for Pullman. And this is the biggest 3rd down Pullman's faced tonight.
Yeah, it's a quarterback. Newman, he needs to see that blitz. He needs to call it out. When you call the blitz out, it gives your offensive line, they're able to put their heads up and see where the blitzer is coming from and notice that and be able to talk on the offensive line. As a quarterback, you need to be able to see the blitzers, call out the signals, then it gives your offensive line to be able to talk. Then it takes the blitzer away, and that would not happen. But it's a big third down here for the Greyhounds.
And we're definitely expecting Pullman to throw the ball up. Newman looking for Isaiah Strong. A bit of a high throw. And Isaiah Strong still on his feet. Gets his way up to about the original line of scrimmage. So a pickup of 12 for Isaiah Strong. That is not going to be enough for Pullman as clock continues to tick down all the way to 2 seconds here in the first half. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Caden Hildebrand coming back out to kick another field goal.
Yeah, Eric, that's Isaiah Strong's third catch for about 50 yards so far tonight. He's halfway to 100, so he's been really effective on the offensive side of the football. But Pullman, this is a big kick for Hildebrand, especially 2 seconds left to go in the first half. Pullman needs these points, especially tied at 3-3. So this would be huge, as it's been a defensive showdown so far in this one.
Yeah, definitely not what we expect. Both offenses really seem to find their rhythms in their last couple of games. But tonight, only 3 points put up by both teams, as a very athletic grab by Isaiah Strong on that play. And I mean, all season we haven't really found anybody who can guard Isaiah Strong.
No, nobody's been able to really guard Isaiah Strong. He's been such a dominant player so far this season, as Prosser's probably going to want to figure a way to stop him in the second half.
And so Caden Hildebrand out to kick. Once again for Pullman, definitely has the leg, and that is no good. Just a tad bit off to the left for Pullman, and so we have a tie ball game, folks, going into halftime. Pullman 3, Prosser 3, and Ethan, what have both teams done so well to get a tie ball game here in the half?
Yeah, both offenses have been, I'll say it, they've been a little stagnant. Both offenses, a bit of a surprise. Both teams can't score the ball, but both defenses have been really good for Pullman. 2 turnovers tonight by the Greyhound defense. Isaiah Strong, couple interceptions. As I said, he's an impact player to watch tonight, as his dominance does continue throughout the season. And Prosser's defense, they have looked really good. They've taken the run game away from Pullman. Jed Byers has been really kind of non-existent so far in this one. They've had to throw the ball on Strong, over 50 receiving yards in the first half. Newman's looked good tonight. We're the best we've probably seen Newman all season. This is the time he needs to be good, especially at this time during the season. So it's going to be a good second half, and a 3-3 game, and it's a winner or go home, so it's going to be a good one.
You know, I think it's definitely been a case of Prosser just unable to punch the ball into the end zone. You know, their offenses look really, really good tonight, just unable to capitalize. We've seen a couple of forced errors by their quarterback, and that has caused 2 interceptions. Isaiah Strong with both of them. Pullman, on the other hand, you know, they've really struggled to rack up yards. They haven't looked in much of a rhythm this game, but when they've gotten to the goal line, unable to capitalize as well, and that has led to this 3-3 tie. When we come back, it should be the start of the third quarter. Your Pullman Greyhounds tied with Prosser. We'll be right back after this. Here is a little bit chilly, but we're managing just fine. 40 degrees for tonight's game. Here, Prosser and Pullman both tied at 3 apiece. Looking at some of the stats, Jed Byers started the game at quarterback. He was an efficient 2 for 2, passing the ball 9 yards, but he did his damage on the ground. 8 carries, 25 yards. But then TJ Newman came in that second quarter, really making this offense more two-dimensional like we've been accustomed to. 4 for 5, 90 yards, and a big pass to Isaiah Strong.
Oh, yeah, Eric. It was a defensive first half, to say the least. Pullman's offense been a little sluggish, but we went to Newman. Coach Cover decided to go to him, and it's been great so far throwing the ball. Isaiah Strong, over 60 yards receiving tonight, and you got to get him more. Get him over 100. Pullman's got a good chance tonight. And Jed Byers, he hasn't been a big factor so far tonight for Pullman. They've kind of slowed him down. And like I've said, Eric, he's such a dynamic player that if you take him away, it's going to give the other team a good chance of winning the game, and that's what Prosser has done so far tonight.
Isaiah Strong, 3 receptions, 63 yards. We saw him break loose for a 40-yard catch in the second quarter. We'll look to see him do some more damage. 2 interceptions on the night for Isaiah Strong. If Pullman comes out winning this game, he's definitely going to be the player of the game tonight.
Oh, yeah, Isaiah Strong, 2 interceptions so far, over 60-plus yards receiving. So he, Eric, has been a stud tonight, as it is going to be a very good second half. I'm going to probably guess that they're going to probably want to take Isaiah Strong away in the second half, especially after the big first half. He had over 60 receiving yards. So it's going to be a interesting half, to say the least, as it is a 3-3 game in a win or go home situation. So it's going to be exciting, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I think this game right now favors Prosser, partially because of this one stat. Pullman, when they are tied or losing at halftime, they have not won a single ball game. 0-2. We saw this happen. They're tied with West Valley Spokane, 14-14 at halftime. They lost the game. Their offense was unable to score any points in that game. We also saw it against West Valley, Yakima. Both teams tied at halftime. Pullman's offense unable to score points in that game, especially in the second half, and they lost. So right now, tied at 3-3. Will Pullman's offense be able to come through, let the defense rest a little bit, and see if they can pull out this ball game going to the state playoffs?
Yeah, this is it. One half of football, and one of these teams will be headed to the final 8 in the state tournament. So it is going to be a interesting second half. Pullman, it's going to be, Eric, I don't believe we're going to see a lot of scores tonight. I believe it's going to be low scoring. It could come down to a field goal, Eric. Honestly, that's what could happen, as both teams' offenses have been a little sluggish, but both teams' defenses in the red zones have been great. 0 for 4 so far combined for both teams, so it's going to be a good second half. And I'm guessing, Eric, it's going to be a defensive second half.
Pullman kicked off to start the game, so they're going to be getting the ball to start the second half. I liked what I saw as they ended the second quarter. They got all the way down into the red zone, and then TJ Newman took a couple sacks, and then Caden Hildebrand missed the field goal, but we saw him make one from 31 yards. Looking around elsewhere in other sports, at PHS, cross-country team running at state. The boys team looking to get the team title. Girls getting a couple of runners in there. They're going to be running tomorrow over in Pasco, just about half an hour away from where we are right now. Elsewhere, swim at state Tuesday and Wednesday, and then volleyball will be going off to Seattle here in the coming days. And a short little pooch kick by number 12, Ricardo Herrera. And Zane Wilson, his second return. They like kicking the ball to him, and he got a decent return, getting Pullman in some decent field position at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Pullman is going to do in the second half, especially with a dynamic offense like they have with playmakers such as Jed Byers and Isaiah Strong. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the second half.
Jed Byers is as dynamic as it comes. He can do it all. Run, throw the ball, whatever you want him to do. Catch the ball, he can do it all. And Newman tries to toss it to Byers, bouncing off of Byers' jersey. And Prosser picking up the fumble. And I don't think Jed Byers was really aware that he was getting the toss on the play. And a costly turnover for Pullman to start this game. And this is just what Prosser needed.
Yeah, Eric, right there, the ball just bounces off Byers. A high pitch by Newman, just right up at the shoulders. That's a tough play for a running back, especially of Jed's size. So that high pitch is not going to work. That's a big play for this Prosser team, because I've said it's going to take one big play to change this entire game, and that might be this might be the difference.
We don't really know who's been taking more of the first team reps at quarterback between Jed Byers and TJ Newman, but that's just showing right there they were not on the same page at all. Didn't really look like they'd had much experience running that play, and it showed with the fumble.
Yeah, Eric, they're Coleman on the carry. He's going to be used quite a bit. He's going to get his carries tonight. He's going to get his yards. But Pullman needs to meet him at the line of attack if they're going to want to slow him down in the second half, especially because he's a big play runner.
Yeah, Coleman, 11 carries in the first half, 64 yards on the ground. They've really found a lot of success running the ball. What's really tripped them up is when they throw the ball. 2 interceptions by their quarterback, Weinman, and that has just really been what's costing them. We see up front, their line is much bigger than Pullman's. Why don't they just run the ball? But Weinman in an empty backfield looking to throw this ball, and Pullman showing a blitz. Quick throw from Weinman, almost getting into the end zone. It's number 23, Jordan Garcia, the senior receiver.
Yeah, Eric, you continue to see that they are going with that out route, targeting number 2, Zane Wilson. He might be an all-league player, but they are targeting him. Going towards the outside. They are going towards his side and running that comeback route on Wilson, as that has been effective tonight for the 3rd completion of the night. So big pass play so far tonight for this Prosser team.
Weinman with Coleman in the backfield. You got to be expecting a handoff to Coleman here. And that is what it is. Coleman looking to get out on the edge, and he does. Touchdown, Prosser. However, flag thrown on the play, and it looks like it might be a holding call on Prosser. And if that is, it'll be another penalty on Prosser. Prosser's doing a good job of shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties. We'd be expecting a lot more points put up on the board by Prosser, but just some untimely penalties by the Mustangs.
Yeah, holding there on the Mustangs. Jared Holstad was the one getting help. He would have made that tackle pretty easy, but he was held by the jersey. He getting pulled in, so that's an easy touchdown for Pullman, but it's going to come back 10 yards, and that's a big play for Pullman, as both teams have shot themselves in the foot tonight with penalties, especially when they've been deep in the red zone. So this is not what the Mustangs were wanting to do, especially as their offense has been driving down the field, but it is going to still be first down for Prosser.
Yeah, you see right there on the right side of your screen, you saw Holstad just get the hold, and then he's signaling, hey, I got hold. And the referee making the call. Another handoff to Coleman, looking to make his way up the middle of the field. A little bit of a gain, about 4 yards on the play, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and goal once again. Ball's going to be spotted at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, Eric, the last time Prosser was in the red zone, they did throw an interception. So you can get him, make him throw the football. I'd rather see, if I'm Pullman, I'd rather see them try to kill us in the passing game than in the run game, especially as effective as they are. So I'd like to see them try and make him throw, especially with 2 picks so far thrown.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Pullman's secondary. We haven't seen Prosser with nearly as many big plays because of this linebacker core, especially Jed Byers as he made the tackle on that last play. 3rd down and short inside of the 5-yard line. Another handoff to Coleman. The line pushing their way into the end zone, and it looks like he's going to be stopped just short. 4th down, ball spotted on the 1-yard line. A good job of this Pullman line, able to take a stand. Prosser almost able to push their way into the end zone. Yeah, 4th down, looks like we might see the field goal unit coming out on the field.
Yeah, Eric, huge for Pullman there to be able to get that stop. And here come the Mustangs on 4th and 1.
Looks like we might see Coleman taking the ball himself, and he runs it in for a touchdown. We haven't seen that play before from Prosser. Coleman lined up right next to his quarterback, and then all of a sudden comes under center, takes the snap, and just goes into the end zone.
Yeah, Eric, that's a design play. You get the Pullman defense to crash to the middle, then you can just bounce that to the outside because there's no one on the outside. It's one DB against against a wide receiver. So that DB does his job, blocks, gets that DB out of the wide receiver block, gets that DB out of the way. It's an easy score, and that's huge for Prosser as they now lead 9-3, looking to go up 10-3.
Back to kick the PAT for Prosser, Ricardo Herrera. He already has a field goal on the night. Kicks that one right down the middle. 10-3. Prosser leading Pullman, finally getting their first touchdown of the game, and that comes right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Eric, right now Pullman needs to respond with a score as Prosser's offense has been very good tonight as they've driven the ball, been able to drive the ball down the field. Very good on the offensive side. So Pullman, they're going to need to be able to get a score here if they're going to want to keep this game close, because Prosser's offense has looked good tonight. So Pullman is going to need a score if they're going to want to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, in those games I was telling you about where Pullman was tight at halftime but then lost, it happened like this. The other team's offense put up a couple scores, Pullman got down, and the deficit just kept on growing. But, I believe this is a Pullman team that's really grown over the course of the year. And I think that Pullman will be able to keep this game close. Hopefully, as this is a win or go home game. Pullman with 16 seniors on their team, and if they lose this game, that'll be definitely a devastating loss for them.
Yeah, Eric, this is just going to be a battle to the finish, to the last second ticks off this clock, so it's going to be a great second half.
And Jed Byers going to run in and return this kick. Pick up a few yards, but able to get up to about the 34-yard line. Jed Byers a little slow to get up there, but getting up nonetheless. And so Pullman's offense coming back out on the field after a costly fumble that ended up with a Prosser touchdown. So they'll be looking to get something going here in the third quarter. 8:46 left to go. In the third quarter, still plenty of time for Pullman. Put some points up on the board. Newman still in at quarterback, lining up under center, looking to throw the ball. Interception, as that is number 30, Logan Cardonoza, and that is a touchdown. Cardonoza just sat right in, able to get the interception. He took it to the house.
Yeah, Eric, he read that play like a book. For that out route, they've ran again, and they've ran that play before, so it's kind of an easy as a linebacker. You remember here, look at this. The linebacker, he's got to see that linebacker. It's still in the middle of the field. He's reading that play, and it was an underthrown pass, to say the least, and just nothing Wells could do, and that's a huge play for Prosser to extend their lead with 16-3, and that's just a demoralizing play for this Greyhound team.
Yeah, it just puts more pressure on this Pullman offense, who's really struggled putting points up on the board in this game. And I didn't think I'd be saying this, but after Pullman put up 52 points in their last game, held to just 3. Right now, 8:34 left to go in the third quarter, and the deficit continues to grow for Pullman.
Eric, it'll be really interesting to see what Pullman's going to do after that pick six. But if you're Pullman, you cannot quit. There's 8:34 to go in the third quarter. Only 7 minutes have gone off the clock, so Pullman, keep playing. You're only down by 2 scores. Stay in this game, 2 touchdowns trailing, but they're going to need to score on this drive if they're going to want to stay in this game. As they've, all the energy is right now with the Prosser Mustangs. That was just not a great throw by Newman to lead to a pick 6. So Pullman's going to need a big play on the offensive side if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, you saw that throw nowhere near his intended target, Jake Wells. And I think the key for Pullman in the second half, get Jed Byers the ball. We saw, that was one of the keys to the game. And, last game against East Valley, he was touching the ball on probably about 75% of the plays for Pullman while their first team was out there. And I think that was why they put up so many points. This game, they've been a little bit inconsistent giving Byers the ball. as we see Byers and Strong back to return the kick for Prosser. A big 14-point margin here as we still got plenty of time in the third quarter. 8:43 left. Byers going to field the kick at the 30-yard line, trying to get off to the side as he retreats, and now he's looking to find the edge. Gets up to about the 40-yard line. Jed Byers showing the speed, able to get Pullman's offense in more good field position.
Yeah, Jed Byers trying to reverse field and go back the other way, but nothing going there as Pullman's offense comes out onto the field, as this is a huge drive for this Pullman team as they need to put some points on the board if they're going to want to stay in this football game.
Yeah, you know, it's been on Pullman. Pullman's the one who's been making the mistakes in the second half. You know, we got the fumble coming right out of halftime, and then the interception by TJ Newman. It just has not been a good couple sequence of plays for Pullman. And I like this decision, putting Jed Byers back in at the quarterback position. And Byers, with quarterback keeper, bouncing off a couple tacklers, gets his way up across the first down and into Prosser field position.
Yeah, Jed Byers right there, got to get him going. He's just such a good player, a dominant player once he gets going into what we know Jed Byers can do, and that's what Pullman needs, big play after big play if they're going to want to stay in this football game.
Yeah, Prosser had the opportunity to wrap Byers up in the backfield, but just showing the strength and the sheer determination to get that first down. You know, Byers, one of the 16 seniors for Pullman, and he is just showing some serious grit out on the field, able to pick up 3-yard gain for Pullman. I like the play calling right now. Getting Byers the ball, you know, he needs the ball in his hands. He making plays for this Pullman offense. He's one of the few bright spots so far for this Pullman offense tonight.
Yeah, big play there. Only a 3-yard gain, but I like Byers back in at quarterback. He's a runner. He can get to the outside. He can make plays happen with his legs. So it'll be interesting what Pullman's going to do here on 2nd and 7.
Byers rolling out to his right side. Little dump off pass to Wells, who has just stood up at the line of scrimmage. Still picking up a gain of 1 yard. And so 3rd down and 6 for Pullman. Good job of Wells catching the ball and then turning to run. We see so many times receivers want to run before they catch the ball, and Wells doing a good job. Even though he got hit hard by the linebacker, but he held onto that ball. And Pullman 3rd down and manageable here. 6:54 left to go in the third quarter. Pullman down 14 points, converting 43.4% of their 3rd down opportunities this season, and they've done a good job this game converting on 3rd down. Hits are in motion. Byers, quarterback keep. Is he looking for a hole to run through, and he finds it, picking up the 1st down, getting across the 25-yard line. And Pullman continuing this drive after Prosser putting up 14 unanswered points.
Yeah, Eric, an elusive player, Jed Byers. Got to get him tackled, get him low, bring him down. And Jed Byers has led a great drive here for the Greyhounds as they need to put some points on the board on this drive. Just breaking tackle after tackle with Byers. Just he looks really good in the second half, and that's what Pullman needs, as this senior just doesn't want this to be his last game.
Byers named first team All-League in the Great Northern League for Pullman, as he motions Dylan Hodge. And Byers fumbling a little bit, and he is just taken down by number 67, Dawson Frakes, his 2nd sack of the ball game. And Dawson Frakes is a big boy, listed at 5'10", 280 pounds. Prosser's got a lot of big players up on that front 7, and Frakes is just one of them. Byers just fumbling the ball. Looks like he might have tried giving it to Hodge on that play, but just unable to come back down with it. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 for Pullman.
Jake Wells in at quarterback for the Greyhounds. And
his intended target was number 11, Isaiah Strong. looks like that's going to be a pass interference call, as Strong was just bumped before the ball got to him, and that's definitely an obvious pass interference.
Yeah, interesting there, Jake. You know, that DB, I don't know why he went for the behind it. He should have just gone in front of it and picked that off. The ball's late getting there. It's an hour and Pullman keeps going to. But good play there for the Greyhounds. That is a pass interference. That's going to move them 15 yards down the field. So huge play there for Pullman, and not a good defensive play for the Boston Mustangs.
Yeah, you know, if Levi Vermel was able to get the interception, you know, that might have been a pick six. That probably could have wrapped up this ball game, you know, 3 scores. That's definitely a hard deficit to come back from, as Pullman first down and 10 on the 22-yard line. It looks like Wells is just going to keep the ball, showing some athleticism on the play. Able to stay on his feet, pick up of about 4 yards on the play. So Wells staying in at quarterback, you know, well, another dual threat at the quarterback position. We saw him try making the throw on that last play, and running the ball, getting 4-yard carry.
Yeah, running the ball on that play. Risky there play by Jake. He moved the ball up like this. That could have been punched out or even just knocked out if he had tackled right there. But risky play by Jake. Put that ball down, put it in there. He's too good of an athlete to make those mistakes. He's too good of a player. Let himself make the play happen.
Wells still in at the quarterback position. And he's going to throw it deep for Holstad. Holstad able to catch the ball. And that is a touchdown, Pullman Greyhounds. And that was quite the dangerous throw, but Holstad able to recognize it, get his head turned around, and the defensive back for Prosser unable to recognize it. And now a flag thrown for Prosser, and it looks like that's going to be some unsportsmanlike conduct on the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think that's going to be assessed after the kick on the Mustangs as their players continue to argue. That play will probably be assessed after on the kickoff. So yeah, it will be assessed on the kickoff. So Pullman, the big play there for them. Good ball by Jake. He'll throw it up to your big 6'5" tight end. Jared Holstad, I said, and one of my impact players tonight. He just went up. You know, good ball by Jake. Just throw it up to him. He got the mismatch, and a nice play by Jake Wells to throw it to Jared Holstad. I think they thought he got offensive pass interference. Andre Vanguardi thought he was pushed off on, but nothing there. And that will be his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the game. So the second one, he'll be gone. But big play for the Pullman team, Eric. As I said, they needed to score to stay in this game. And Eric, we've seen Pullman go to Jake Wells. You know, last week he threw an 85-yard touchdown only play he's thrown, but he's thrown 3 touchdowns now this year, and I like him at the quarterback spot.
You know, going back to that catch with Jared Holstad, it looked like Andre Vanguardi just had a little case of the shaky legs over there, and his ankles just kind of went out from under him. And, you know, there was no push-up on there. Jared Holstad able to get the catch, and that PAT is good. Almost blocked. We've seen Prosser a couple of times almost get a block on these kicks from Pullman, but Caden Hildebrand able to put it right down the middle and closing the deficit to just 7 points. I'm sure Coach David Kofer's got to like what he saw from his offense on that.
Yeah, Coach Kofer has to be pleased with what his offense just did. A big throw by Wells to Holstad. It was just a nice ball. Wells a little wobbly, but hey, got there, and that's what Pullman needs. It's just a big play to spark this offense, get that confidence back, and, you know, get a stop here on defense, get the ball back, and tie this one up. Plenty of time to go with 4:35 to go.
Yeah, you know, Ethan, where we are, we're right behind the Prosser fan section, and after that touchdown, you know, it's really quieted them down a little bit, and I'm interested to see what Prosser is going to do. You know, Pullman closing in after the first 2 turnovers in the second half, and so Pullman is going to be kicking the ball on the Prosser 45-yard line, and you know, I'm not sure if they're going to be trying to pooch kick at this ball or maybe try kicking it deep. Yeah. I'm not really sure what you do in this situation.
Eric, I believe probably should just kick it through like normal. Put the ball at the 20 and go with that. But, Pullman, Coach Covey likes to pooch kick it. And it wouldn't be bad. Pooch kick it's not going to be too bad either. So, we'll see what they do here with the senior Jed Byers on the kickoff.
Yeah, pooch kick would get it back to about the 20-yard line. And Byers just showing the leg strength, kicking it all the way through the end zone. And that was a solid 50-yard kick by Byers, just showing the leg strength. And that's going to be a touchdown. Prosser going to be starting at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Prosser's going to get that ball back. Pullman, these DBs, these linebackers, especially these seniors, need to grind down. This could be their last half of football of their careers, so they need to get into position and be ready to play. They need to get this stop, get the ball back. Your offense looked great in the last series, they just need to continue what they're doing, Pullman.
Yeah, I think if Prosser wants to continue putting points up on the board, they got to get the ball to J.R. Coleman, who is the back in the backfield, and he is the one who gets the handoff. A great tackle made by number 23, Dylan Hodge, the junior, but Coleman still able to pick up 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, Eric, on this next play here on second down, Pullman needs to create a play. They need to get something going. They need to get Coleman at the line. Get him at the line right here. Get a turnover. Get something right here. They need this right now.
Another handoff to Coleman, and he has stood up at the line of scrimmage, but a flag comes in after the play is over. So no gain by Coleman. A good recognition by this Pullman defense, able to stand him up at the line of scrimmage. But this could be a crucial play if it goes against the Pullman Greyhounds. And a face mask called against Pullman. That's going to be an automatic first down for Prosser.
God, that just kills Pullman. You come with a big stop, it's going to stay 3rd and 7, and then you create that face mask penalty, and it just moves them 15 yards down the field. That's not what you want to do right now. So it's big for Prosser, but not good for the Greyhounds.
It just shows how good J.R. Coleman is. Pullman's had a hard time bringing him down to the ground, and that's just something you can't do if you're the Pullman Greyhounds. And Prosser's got the ball at the 30-yard line. 3 receivers out to the left side of Wynham as he looks to throw down the right side. Zane Wilson unable to recognize the throw, turned his head to the wrong side, and a huge catch made by this Prosser offense, as that was number 5, Gray Schuyler, the senior, able to make a huge catch.
Yeah, they have targeted Zane Wilson a few times tonight, trying to expose him. Zane didn't look like he was kind of ready on that play there. He needs to be more alert on that side as they just came targeting. He looked a little sleepy. He turned the wrong way looking for the ball, but a nice catch, but it was incomplete. So a big play for Pullman out here. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Pullman needs to make something happen.
Yeah, Zane Wilson, the second team all-league in the GNL. A little late turning his head, but lucky for him. As they target Zane Wilson once again, that pass was complete. It's number 8, Hayden Hicks. And so that time Prosser able to pick up the first down. Wilson just looking a little bit slow, recognized the quick throw, but it was a good job by him making sure that they didn't get the deep throw.
Yeah, Eric, honestly, that should have been picked off. That ball was thrown a little late, and he needs to get there. Zane was playing too far off. He needs to see the play quicker. He picks that one off, but Pullman's able to come up with a big tackle there, and it's going to be 2nd down for the Prosser Mustangs. 2nd and 12, big tackle there for Pullman.
Absolutely. Logan Conway, Jed Byers in on the tackle. Prosser's 2nd down and 12 on the 41-yard line. Prosser's done a good job mixing in the pass and the run. We just saw right there, Court Tuttle, unable to get any positive yards on the play. And a false start by Prosser. Just a sloppy second half by Prosser. You got to get that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty early on in the 3rd quarter, and then right there, false start by them. Those are drive killers right there.
Eric, you're not wrong. Those are drive killers. That pushes them back 5 yards. So that's going to be 2nd and 17, as that just kills your drive. Pullman, this is huge for them, as they do need to get a stop right here. 2nd and 17, capitalize on what the mistakes Prosser has made so far in the second half.
And a handoff to J.R. Coleman as he picks up a gain of 4 yards on the play. In on the tackle, number 23, Dylan Hodge and James Pitzer in on the tackle. Both those players are juniors, so they'll be coming back next year. And those are a couple of players who aren't graduating for this Pullman team going to be coming back.
Yeah, a big play here. Pullman's DBs, they need to be disciplined. This is probably one of the biggest plays of the game and probably of the season. This is a huge play right now for this Pullman defense.
Yeah, you got to be watching Zane Wilson up at the top of the screen. Wynham targeting his man once again. Underthrowing number 3, Levi Barlam. They've been really targeting Zane Wilson on that right side.
They're going at Zane Wilson, the DB. A little slow with that lateral quickness, but he's fast, but he can make up for it. But big defensive stop, Eric, I said, for the Greyhounds. They need now to get this ball back and capitalize right now. This is huge for this Pullman team as they have just been able to come with a huge stop as Prosser has made some mistakes in the second half, allowing Pullman to get right back in this thing.
And this is the first time we are going to see Prosser punting the ball. And an end-over-end punt to Jed Byers. Running up towards the ball, just not going to field it. It's going to get inside of the 20, right at the 25-yard line. And so Pullman coming back out, able to pick up a big score after going down 14 early in the third quarter. Looks like they have the opportunity to tie this ball game back up.
Yeah, I'd like to see Pullman keep Jake Wells at quarterback. I think that would be the best option for the Greyhounds, but it looks like they're going to go with the senior Newman at quarterback. A little surprise after the drive. Wells led down the field, making a great throw for a touchdown. So we'll see what Pullman's going to do. They're putting Newman, the senior, back in at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't like this call at all. You got to get the ball to Jed Byers as the handoff goes to Dylan Hodge as he picks up 5 yards. But I really don't like this change at quarterback. I think you got to get the ball into Jed Byers' hands. He's the playmaker on this team. He hasn't really shown that he can throw the ball, but just the plays he makes with his legs can be enough for this team.
Yeah, Pullman's got to hope Newman can shake that pick six he threw up. He started the game great, 4 for 5 in the first half for about 96. So we know what Newman can do. Just take that pick off, come out in this next drive and make something happen and get your team back in this. The senior, he needs to step up and be a leader and make some plays happen.
And another handoff. This one goes to James Pitzer, number 19. Almost gets the first down, but still short by about 1 yard. But Pitzer, one of those runners who does a good job running downhill. Newman hasn't thrown the ball since he's came back out at the quarterback position. We'll be seeing if he's sort of matured over the course of the season. When he's made mistakes, he's really gotten down on himself, and it's been a mental problem for him. We'll see if he can bounce back from those couple of mistakes that he made earlier in the third quarter.
Yeah, Eric, he's thrown 5 picks on the year, so he just shake those plays off here.
A nice simple throw to Jed Byers, who looks to find a big hole, able to make his way up over the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Pullman.
Yeah, Pullman, their offense continues to roll down the field in the second half. I like what I'm seeing so far. They've ran that screen play a couple times now. Get that offense going. Pullman, we need to continue rolling down the field. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Pullman, they do look good in the second half. Offense, it looks like it's getting rolling.
And back in. Newman under center for Pullman, and this is a toss play to Byers. Byers looked like he sort of had a hard time carrying the ball on that toss, but able to hold on to it this time. Pick up of about 2 yards on the play as the clock under 15 seconds. That might have been the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, Pullman, I think they're just going to let this clock run out. We're going to head to the fourth quarter with Pullman down 17-10 to Prosser. So, Eric, we are in for a good final quarter of this one.
Absolutely. We thought Prosser came out of that third quarter, 2 turnovers. They didn't really force them. It was just more mistakes on Pullman's part. But Prosser able to capitalize 2 touchdowns after not being able to score a touchdown at all in that first half. But since then, Pullman's defense really taking a stand. Their offense finally getting going, scoring their first touchdown of the game there late in the third quarter. And I guess the question for Pullman is going to be who's going to be the quarterback going in through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Eric, it'll be interesting to see what they're doing. Jake Wells looks like he's more of a thrower so far. I mean, Newman can make the throws, but it'll be interesting to see what they do at quarterback. I like Byers there, but I think what we're going to see is Newman at quarterback in the fourth quarter. I think that'd be the best option. He's a senior. He's got a little bit of experience. I want to see Newman there. Get that ball to Byers. Get that ball to Strong. And we are going to be in for a good final quarter of play here in Grandview, Washington, as Pullman is going to be going down the other side of the field now as we start the fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, Newman had a really good first half, but since the 2 turnovers in the third quarter, as he is still in at the quarterback position for Pullman. Pullman ball on the 46-yard line. And a screen pass way too low for his intended target, Isaiah Strong. And so 3rd down and 8 for Pullman's offense.
Now, Newman, that was not a good ball. It kind of came over top too much on that throw. Just hit him straight on. Isaiah can make plays happen, so get him the ball, and something good can happen for this Pullman team, as it is a long 3rd and 8, as this is a big play for this Pullman team, as they, Eric, as you see, have completed 43.4% of their 3rd down opportunities, so about almost 50%. So this is a big play for this Hounds team.
Newman under center. Byers and Hildebrand in the backfield. Newman faking the handoff. Pressure getting to Newman, as that was number 47, Christian Campos. Yeah, able to get the sack.
Pullman there, they have ran a lot of play action tonight, but in those situations, those are the times you need to go in the shotgun. You know, you have 3rd down, go in the shotgun, let your quarterback find the opportunity to throw the ball down the field, and nothing going there, as he just ran straight through. Nobody touched him, as he just ran right through the line, as it looked like number 55, Dietrich Mueller, just got beat there, and he was able to come up with a big sack, as that is doing his 4th time going down tonight. So let's see. This is going to be a big punt here for the Hounds. They want to push Prosser deep in their own territory.
Yeah, looking around other games in Washington. West Valley and Ephrata facing off tonight, and West Valley just torching Ephrata 38-6 in the 3rd quarter, as Holstad punting it deep, and a nice Pullman bounce, able to get inside of the 30-yard line, right at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Eric, this is a big stand here for the Pullman defense. They need to get something going here. They need to get a stop, get that football back, try and make something happen on the offensive end. And this is going to be an interesting series here for Prosser. We're going to see what they're going to do. I'm guessing we're going to see Coleman getting the first, Coleman being used in this series, but in that running back for the Mustangs, number 44, Cord Tuttle. So we'll see what he's going to do here on 1st down.
And the handoff goes to Tuttle, taken out by number 55, Dietrich Mueller, and number 35, Ty Hendrickson in on the tackle, holding Tuttle to just 1 yard gain on that play. And Pullman's defense really showing some fight in the second half.
Yeah, Pullman's defense able to get that, able to slow Tuttle down, is when he gets open space, he can be extremely dangerous. So big for Pullman there to slow him down.
And it looks like it is a timeout called by Prosser. First timeout called of the game. And Prosser's offense, after getting the 2 quick scores in the 3rd quarter, haven't really been able to put many points up on the board since then.
Yeah, Eric, Prosser, they had the big defensive touchdown, which that could have been the turning point in the game, and the big play to maybe win this one for Custer. But there's a lot of time still to go. 10:24 to play in the 4th quarter. So Pullman's defense going to need to get a big stop on this series, get the football back, and try and get this one tied up and get that offense on the field. As when Walsh has been at quarterback, good things have happened tonight for Pullman.
Yeah, I think a player to watch on the defensive side is going to be number 2, Zane Wilson. They've liked targeting him on the defensive side of the ball. And we've seen him get beat a couple times, but we also seen him make some really good plays. You know, he's just a raw player. This is only his 4th game of the season, showing the senior leadership as the screen pass complete to number 4, Tyler Durbin, but still not much of a gain, maybe 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, Eric, great catch by Tyler Durbin. That ball was thrown high. He was able to get up, showing that jumping ability and able to come down with that one. At least it was in a positive game for the Mustang. Pullman able to wrap up on the play. As you see, a great catch there by Durbin, able to skid up for that one. Pullman's able to slow him down as it's a big 3rd and 7.
Weinman, 3 receivers to his right. You see Isaiah Strong at the bottom of your screen. Also single coverage by Zane Wilson at the top as interception by Jake Wells. Still on his feet, finally tripped up inside of the 25-yard line. And so that is the 3rd interception thrown by Will Weinman.
Yeah, Jake Wells able to get in there on the interception. Big play there as he just threw that one, Eric, right here, just late. He's late. He's not even open on the comeback route. You cannot throw comeback routes late. That's a timing route. You cannot see that. Jake Wells, if you're eyeballing him down, he's just going to look right at the quarterback. He sees where he's going. That's an easy interception for Wells, and Pullman with great field position here with Wells in at quarterback. So I think Pullman is going to probably come out throwing with Wells in at quarterback. He sees more of a throwing type of player at quarterback. Excuse me.
Yeah, Wells, this is his 1st year playing football. Just a junior, so he's going to be one of the key players next year. We're going to see for sure. Jake Wells hitting that quarterback in at the shotgun formation. James Pitzer and Caden Hildebrand lined up in the backfield. Wells looking for it all, going for Jared Holstad, almost brings it down with some good coverage by number 15, Andre Van Guardian.
Yeah, that would have been an unbelievable catch by Jared Holstad. But Eric, I really do like that play there for the Greyhounds, taking the chance, going up top to Jared Holstad. I really like what they just did, going right at him. And, you know, Holstad already has scored a touchdown on number 15 for the Mustangs. Andre Van Guardia, I like what they're doing, going at him. Good call by Kofor, just unable to catch that football.
Yeah, the pass hit Holstad right in the hands, just unable to bring it down. And now Byers in at quarterback for the Greyhounds as he is just going to run it right up the middle. This has been an effective play for Pullman. Jed Byers showing what he can do, making some plays with his legs, picking up a huge 1st down and bringing up 1st and goal for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, big play there by Jed Byers. Able just to, you know, the senior doesn't want the season end tonight, running through those Prosser defenders, just going right through them. And big play for the Greyhounds, putting them at the 5-yard line. Pullman, they need a touchdown right now, especially this late in the game. The offensive line with the experience they have, they need to step up here and get Byers or one of their running backs in the end zone.
Yeah, and credit to Pullman's offensive line on that last play, opening up some huge holes. We saw Hogan, Conway, and Harrison Blanchard creating some huge holes for Jed Byers. But now this is where it's all at, right on the goal line. We haven't seen Pullman do a good job of punching the ball when they're inside of the red zone.
Yeah, Eric, this is huge for Pullman, getting in the end zone, and we got a football game.
Byers still in that quarterback. Hodge and Pitzer in the backfield, and Byers able to get in for a touchdown. And this game is all tied up. Pullman 14 unanswered points, and this game tied up 17-17. And this is a new Pullman team tonight.
Yeah, Eric, Jed Byers able just to walk in for a touchdown. Offensive line did their job. The experience on that O-line was able to step up, get your running back in the end zone, and score that touchdown. It's 17-16 now, Eric. A key PAT here. That's what came down to last year, was a block PAT. So can Prosser do that this year? But Pullman, they need to drill this to keep this one tied.
And it is up and good. Plenty of leg from Caden Hildebrand. 17-17. And like I said before, this looks like a brand new Pullman team out here. You know, when Pullman got down by some big margins early on in the season, you know, they kind of just collapsed, folded up. But this game, 14 unanswered points, and now we have a tied up ball game.
Eric, this is going to be an unbelievable finish. These are two very good football teams. It's just been a great display in the second half of offense, Eric, as we saw not much offense in the first half, but it's been a whole different story in the second half. 14 points by the Greyhounds, unanswered, as you said. And, you know, we thought it could have been, you know, Prosser was going to take this one and run away with it after the pick six, but Pullman able to stay composed. Great coaching. I'll give it to Coach Kofer there. Like what he did, keeping the confidence, bringing Wells in the game. Able to make the throw to Holstad. You know, Eric, they've gone to the seniors tonight. Holstad and Byers, you know, their senior leadership has been huge tonight, and they've been able to carry themselves right back in this game. And it's 17-17, Eric, and we're in for a good final 8.5 minutes to go.
Absolutely. I think this Pullman Greyhound team's got to be excited. You know, this is only Coach Kofer's first year, 5-3 record, but those 5 wins have been quite impressive this year, and, you know, they can only get better in the years to come as Caden Hildebrand out to kick for Pullman.
Yeah, Eric, Pullman, you said that they haven't won a game when they've been tied or down at halftime. It's got to end at some time. They got to be able to step through, power through that, win a big football game for once, and this is the perfect opportunity to do it, especially with just a win or go home game.
And so Prosser's going to get some really good field position. Ball caught by Mo Yannins. And that is going to give Prosser the ball at the 45-yard line. And I just don't like those pooch kicks by Pullman.
I'm not a big fan of the pooch kick, Eric, especially your defense has played well tonight. They've created back-to-back throwouts. Kick the ball deep. Your defense has been great tonight. They give yourself some better field position. I would have rather seen Pullman just kick that one deep, but Pullman's defense, they need to come through here, get a stop, and get that ball back and try to make something happen. So this is a big series here for both teams.
And in the backfield, we have number 44, Cord Tuttle, lined up right next to Weinman. And the handoff's going to go to Tuttle. Looking shifty out of the backfield, able to pick up 5 yards on the play. A great game by Tuttle.
Yeah, Eric, really good at blocking by the Prosser offensive line there, able to continue down the field. He was able to stay behind his offensive lineman there, just be able to bounce off his own lineman and get a few extra yards that he was fighting for.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to be seeing Prosser throwing the ball much after Weinman has already thrown 3 interceptions. And bouncing off, the tackle's number 25, J.R. Pullman. Almost broke free for a touchdown, but luckily for Pullman, able to trip him up. But still a huge first down for Prosser.
Yeah, he ran right at James Pitzer there. James Pitzer was just, as you can see here, he just put his shoulder down and ran right through him, able to break off of it, almost just tripped up by Aj and taken down. So big stopper for Pullman, but a big game for the Mustangs.
Hand off to Coleman. Pick up of about 3 yards on the play for Coleman. And, you know, really what Prosser's saying right now is, you know, can Pullman stop the run?
They're basically saying, can you stop us? That's what they're going to do right now. Can you stop us? I don't know if they're really going to throw it. Their quarterback has thrown 3 interceptions tonight. He came in this game 2 interceptions already, so 5 picks now on the season. So, you know, for Pullman, make him throw the football as you've created 3 turnovers.
And a nice cutback by Tuttle. Still on his feet. Brought down by number 2, Zane Wilson. Not after Tuttle picks up a huge gain. Able to pick up the first down. But if Wilson didn't make that tackle, that could have been for sure.
Yeah, like your Pullman's defense, you are right, able to stop him. But Pullman's defense needs to grind in, get a stop here. Ball on the 13. They need a big stop here. With time, you know, bringing it down 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
And another handoff for Prosser. Coleman almost getting past Zane Wilson with his 2nd straight tackle of the drive. And Zane Wilson's just been a force to be reckoned with on this drive. 2 tackles already. Stopping a couple of what could have been touchdowns, but a timeout by Pullman, trying to just get their defense a little bit of rest.
Yeah, Eric, they've been just running no huddle on them. Got the defense on their heels right now. And good time out there by Coach Kofer. Slow them down. Try and get, see what process you're going to do here is J.R. Coleman, Eric, has just, Pullman slowed him down in the third quarter, but it's just he's became the J.R. Coleman that we were expecting to see tonight, and just big run after big run. He's a big running back, Eric. As you see, he lowers his shoulder. He'll take you on. He's going to try and put you on your back, and that's what he has done. And just big for Pullman. They need to come in and get a stop right now with only 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter.
And what an atmosphere it has been tonight here in Grandview, Washington. Tied up 17-17, 6:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Pullman calling the timeout, trying to disrupt the rhythm that this Prosser offense has gotten into. They definitely don't want to go down another touchdown, but the offense has looked good in the second half. Weinman with Coleman in the backfield. And Wyman just handing it off to Coleman, looking to get on the edge, and he does, and that is going to be a touchdown, but a flag thrown in, and it looks like that might be a holding call against Prosser.
I think it's going to be a hold there against the Mustangs. You're right, and that's not a good penalty right there. You're not even close to the play. The offense needs really not even close to the play. Just let go and let him go, because he's not going to get him. J.R. Coleman's got good speed, big back. Just let him go on, and it looks like he's probably going to come back. Yeah, it looks like it's against the Mustangs. It looks like he's going to be holding.
That's just a discipline issue, Oh, no. As a holding against Prosser, but also there was another penalty two penalties against Prosser, and the holding call was accepted by Pullman. And so this is going to back up Prosser to the 19-yard line, second down.
And a ways to go, Eric.
Absolutely.
At the 3 now. You got to get all the way to the 3 yards, so Pullman's defense needs to come in and get a stop. It's a big 2nd and 16. Pullman's defense got to step up right now.
And a handoff to Coleman, almost wrapped up in the backfield, and he is. Swarm of Pullman Greyhound defenders.
Yeah.
And that is going to be number 15, TJ Newman, with Ty Hendrickson in on the tackle.
Yeah, Eric, you can see the Prosser coaches were wanting a horse collar, but he wasn't. He was grabbing right below the horse collar, right about the shoulder. That's a legal play. So a good tackle here, big down here for Pullman as the ball is at the 21, 3rd and 18. Got to get all the way to 3. Pullman's defense needs to come in here and get a big stop.
And this is what Pullman wants. They want to force Weinman to have to throw the ball. And that looks like that's going to be what he is going to do. Empty backfield for Weinman. Pullman's defense looking a little confused as they go right at Zane Wilson. And that ball is almost intercepted. Zane Wilson could have had the interception, but tipped by James Pitzer. So that's going to bring up 4th down. And if Pitzer wasn't there, Wilson could have had a huge interception. That could have been the 4th one for Pullman.
Oh, Eric, I mean, if James Pitzer does not hit that ball right here, you see it's Zane Wilson right there. It's right in the bucket. Easy pick. And Pullman gets the ball back, but now you're giving them a chance to kick a field goal here to get some points. So that's not what Pullman was wanting. But hey, it was great defensive play by Pitzer. I won't take that away from him. Great defensive play, but you wish you could have gotten the pick there. As this is a long field goal here, Eric.
38-yard field goal attempt for Herrera. And we will definitely see if he can get it there. This is well short of the uprights, and so that is definitely a huge win for Pullman's defense. Able to stop Prosser. They almost scored a touchdown, but 2 penalties against them in the red zone, forcing them to kick the field goal. And Pullman's going to get the ball with a chance to take the lead late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Eric, we're coming back so far by Pullman. Way to trying to get that stop, that penalty. That holding call really killed this drive for Prosser. As Eric, we said that penalties are drive killers. They're flat drive killers. That's all they do, especially on offense. So Pullman, we're going to see what they're going to do here with Briars at quarterback. I like what they're going to do, and this is going to be a fun drive to watch.
Briars in at quarterback. Prosser showing a blitz. And the handoff goes to Dylan Hodge. Trying to get out on the edge. Still picks up a decent gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, Eric, it looked like Hodge, he kind of cut in. It looked like if he could get the outside, he could have beat that tackler. But a good play. Be able to gain about 4 or 5 on the play. So clock continues to run. About a 5-yard gain for the Greyhounds.
And so the Hounds sticking with Byers at the quarterback position. And we will update you on the status of Dylan Hodge, as it did not look good, but he was able to get off the field on his own power, which is a good sign.
Yeah, probably looking like it's a cramp, getting rubbed out there. So
Pullman calling the timeout, looking a little dysfunctional on the play, not really knowing where to line up. And so as the second timeout called by Pullman, they only have 1 timeout left, 4:59 left to go in the fourth quarter. Scores tied up 17-17, and when we came out at halftime, it was only 3-3. Both teams putting up 2 touchdowns here in the second half. Pullman came out at halftime, 2 turnovers, and that caused Prosser to score 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. But then Pullman showing a lot of fight, able to put up 14 unanswered points, and they have the ball back. So really, they control their own destiny. They can try running out the clock. Still 5 minutes left to go in this game, and Jed Byers in there, run first quarterback. He's done a lot with his legs tonight. Look to see if he can put up a touchdown and put this game in the hands of their defense, which has really done a good job tonight.
Yeah, I watched when they were in the huddle there. It looked like Jake Wells came off the field a little gimpy there as he went straight to the bench, as he looked like he might have cramped out too. So players starting to cramp up as the game comes or close. But Jake Wells hoping to get better. They're going to need him as the game continues to wind down.
Byers still in at quarterback. Hildebrand in the backfield, rolling out to his right. Byers finding the hole, able to pick up a first down and more. Tripped up at the 45-yard line, but not before picking up a huge gain.
Yeah, Eric, it looked like if Jed wouldn't have stumbled down, he would have been gone to the house for a touchdown. But a big gain for Pullman as they continue to roll down the field. The ball now at the 45. So Pullman's offense is coming alive in the second half. And it looks like it's a holding call on the Pullman Greyhounds, and that ball will be coming back. It's a spot foul, so that'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And it's going to be about 2nd and 15 for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, penalties are drive killers, as we saw with Prosser on the previous drive, and this time with Pullman. So second down and 15 for the Greyhounds, as that was a good run by Byers, but it's not going to count, and so they're going to have to make up some serious yardage if they want to get back the first down. Byers, 3 receivers out to his right. Prosser showing a blitz, rolling out to his right side. Byers looking to throw, finds Isaiah Strong, and the ball is just batted down. Great coverage by number 42, Case Reenman.
Yeah, you get, not a great throw there by Jed, not a great decision, but throwing it up to your playmaker, Jared Byers. It looks like it is going to be a penalty on the Mustangs. It's going to be on the Mustangs. Oh, decline by Pullman.
Yeah, Byers only listed at 5'9", and so might not have been able to see all the defenders around Strong.
Well, yeah, actually, that penalty is against Pullman. That signal is for, that signal is for too many men on the field. So Pullman is just, they're going to decline that and keep it where it's at. And it's going to be a long 3rd and 15 as number 3, Jake Wells, back into the game after coming off a little gimpy, and he is in at quarterback. So that might mean the Greyhounds are throwing the football, as they are going to stay on number 11, as they're doing double coverage over the top on Isaiah Strong. So keep that down in the left corner.
Absolutely. Also watch single coverage up at the top of your screen. as Wells is going to look for Holstad. Overthrows Holstad as the ball was just overthrown, but some single coverage between Jared Holstad, number 42, Case Rhinemouth. So that's going to bring up fourth down, and Pullman is going to have to punt.
Yeah, Eric, not a great ball there by Wells. You know, having the better spiral helps because it helps, lead where the ball's going to go. But just just tough throw by Wells. Holstead able to come up with it. I was just fighting for the ball, just a little overthrown. And Pullman's going to have to punt here as this, Eric, I'm thinking Prosser is going to bring the house. As they only have one back, they usually put two back. So this must mean Prosser looks like they do have 9 in the box, so they are going to bring the house.
Definitely, they're setting up for some serious containment as they want to get some good field position for their offense. As Holstad kicks an end-over-end punt, but it still gets up to the 43-yard line. But that could have been awful for Pullman.
Yeah, Eric, he just barely was able to get it right off the front of his foot. Barely got that. He almost missed the ball. That's how close that was. Able to get off the front of his foot, but able to take a Pullman bounce, and it's gonna be good field position for the Mustangs with just 4:20 to play. It was barely off the end of his foot, but it's gonna be solid field position, but it's better for the Mustangs. They're gonna be out of the ball at the 43 with just 4:20 to play.
Weinman handing it off to Tuttle, looking to cut his way upfield. Huge play by Tuttle as he is brought down at the 19-yard line. Tackle made by Jed Byers, the senior.
Yeah, Eric Pullman's needs to come in and now get a big stop. But once Prosser has gotten in this spot on the field in the red zone, they have hurt themselves with penalties. So Prosser, they're going to want to stay away from the penalties, especially this late in the game.
And Wyman handing it off to J.R. Coleman. And, it's just the ability by these running backs able to cut it back. Their linemen doing a good job blocking Pullman as they have the definite size advantage against Pullman, as Coleman able to pick up 2 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And it looks like Prosser going in a huddle, trying to run off some more clock. And, that can go both ways, as it can take your team out of rhythm, as they are more of an up-tempo type of team. As Tuttle picks up the first down, gets across the goal line and scores. Touchdown, Prosser. 3:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Tuttle waiting for a hole to open up, just showing some really good patience, able to find the end zone, put Prosser back up 7.
Yeah, Eric, it's been key on the 17-yard run there. Having 2 really good backs with Tuttle and Coleman. Coleman, a big of a strength back, get you the yards, and the speed there by Tuttle, and diving for the pylon, leaving it all on the line, and a big touchdown there for the Mustangs to make this a 23-17 game, as a big PAT coming for Prosser.
PAT is up and good. Prosser taking a 7-point lead. Still plenty of time for Pullman to strike back. 3:20 to go. And we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Coper is going to make on the offensive side of the ball. They certainly like trying to throw it up to their receivers, as the receivers definitely have the size advantage. We saw them try to take advantage of the whole matchup with Holstad, but also they've been trying to throw it up to Strong, but it's just been some inaccurate throws from their quarterbacks.
Yeah, Eric, just not great quarterback play tonight we've seen. Touchdown by Jake, but you haven't been able to get the ball. I say Strong a lot in the second half tonight, and I think Pullman needs to do that if they're going to want to, stay, especially with the 3:20 to go, only 1 timeout for the ground. So they're going to need really good quarterback play this late in the game. So it'll be interesting to see who is at quarterback and at what times they'll be maybe switching quarterbacks with Wells and Byers. And I don't think we're going to see Newman at the end of this game.
Newman coming out a fantastic first half, but since then hasn't really gotten anything able to go for this offense. We saw Byers making a few plays with his legs here in the second half. But Prosser's done a good job forcing Pullman to throw. That was one of the keys to the game tonight. And Pullman has been a little iffy throwing the ball in the second half, but, only one interception in the second half from TJ Newman. As another pooch kick from Prosser going right to Zane Wilson, the senior. So Pullman is going to get some good field position, but a flag thrown in on the play. And if this goes against Prosser, Pullman can get some even better field position as the ball's already spotted at the 30.
I believe this is a horse collar here on the Mustangs. It's a horse collar penalty face mask, but on the Mustangs. So that is big for Pullman, Eric, as they're going to get the ball 15 yards more from the spot of the foul. So that is going to move Pullman all the way down to the 47-yard line, and great starting field position for the Greyhounds with just over 3:15 to play in the first, and actually in the fourth quarter play.
Yeah, as you saw in that replay, that was number 20, Anthony Kernan, just getting that late hand in on the face mask of Zane Wilson and giving Pullman a gift as Byers looking to run, cuts upfield, reversing his position as he picks up a nice gain of 6 yards on the play. So Pullman starting off this drive right, picking up a nice gain with Byers on the ground.
Yeah, nice run there by Byers, and it was Levi Lumulin on the tackle for the Mustangs.
And a nice throw by Byers to Dylan Hodge, and he is going to score. Touchdown, Pullman. And this game is all tied up. Dylan Hodge showing the speed. We saw him come off the field with an injury, but luckily it was just a cramp. And Hodge showing the speed, turning the Jets on, going all the way for a touchdown.
Eric, right there, that's just a little quick route up the middle, seam route, running back coming out of the backfield, and just a nice play. He kind of stutters a little bit, then just sprints up. Easy throw for Byers as the linebackers were just coming out of blitz, as they did have 6 in the box, so he just came right there. Nice throw by Byers. Eric, we didn't know he could really throw, and he throws a great ball, and it's going to be 24-23 is a big PAT coming.
And that one is up and good. And, that's just some good recognition from the quarterback, Jed Byers, seeing the blitz coming, alerting his running back, and, recognizing the holes in the zone, able to find Hodge, and he makes this Prosser defense pay. And Coach Kofer is pumped down there on the sideline.
Yeah, Coach Kofer, a young, energetic coach. You like to see that on the sideline, getting involved with his players, excited, and it's going to be a interesting last 2:46 to go. Prosser's offense has been rolling here in the fourth quarter, so has Pullman's. So one of these defenses is going to have to create a stop. As you see, Hodge, just with that speed he has, Eric, and we know he has breakaway speed, a sprinter in track, so he has great speed. So a big play for Pullman to get this one tied up at 24, Eric. It's going to be a fun end of this game.
Absolutely. 2:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Prosser putting 3 men back to receive this kick from Jed Byers. Will be kicking it off the 45-yard line. This has been quite the entertaining game. A defensive battle in the first half has been turning into an offensive battle, as both teams only put up 3 points in the first half, but since then 21 points from each team, 6 touchdowns in the second half. It has been quite the entertaining game. A lot can still happen here inside of 3 minutes, but Prosser controls its own destiny here, as they can just hold on to the ball, try to run out the clock. Pullman only has 1 timeout left, as this is Tuttle trying to break away out on the edge. Picking up the ball up to the 21-yard line. And so Prosser can try to just run this clock. They've done a good job, no huddle, but got to find sort of the middle between that no huddle and then also trying to take the time off the clock when you're huddling.
Yeah, Eric, it'll be interesting to see Prosser with 3 timeouts left, and they've drilled 1 field goal tonight. They missed a 38-yarder short, so I think Prosser's field goal range is about 35 or closer.
Tuttle trying to get out on the edge, unable to. Tackle made by number 51, Cameron Kincaid, and Tuttle still on the ground, slow to get up. What a tackle by Cameron Kincaid in open space. And Tuttle shaking up on the play. We'll see what happened here. Cameron K just showing the speed. Might have gotten away with the horse collar, just slamming Tuttle's head into the ground. And Tuttle's still down. You hope it's nothing serious for the junior. Game tied up 24-24, 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Loss of 2 on the play for Tuttle. And Tuttle is still down. The trainers are attending to him. And if Tuttle comes out of the game, you know, the pressure's going to be on J.R. Coleman to run the ball. As we have seen, quarterback Will Weinman has just not performed tonight. 3 interceptions on the game tonight.
Yeah,
the hush has really gone over this Prosser fan section.
Yeah, Eric, it'll be interesting if he's able to get up. Tuttle, we hope he's okay, but he likes to shake it up. So if he's not able to come back, maybe Coleman, and Tuttle, he's a speed back. So there's 2 different types. With Coleman has a brick ground and fight for extra yards, and Tuttle the speed back. So it'll be interesting to see what is going to happen as we hope Tuttle is okay after suffering an injury, looks like, on the play.
And I have never seen this happen. Just dead silent in this stadium right now. Every play is just quiet. You could hear a pin drop in here right now as we look in at the hit. You know, we see the head. You know, with this turf, you know, it's not like grass where your head can absorb the contact. You know, with this turf, your head just bounces off the ground.
Yeah, Eric, and it looks like he
He'll definitely be going into the concussion protocol here, as they were looking into his eyes, asking him a lot of questions. As just, I've never seen that happen before. Like, both crowds just quiet, you know. Scary situation here. As Tuttle able to get up, and it looks like he's just going to stay with the training staff of Pullman.
Yeah, we hope Tuttle is going to be okay, as he might have suffered a concussion on that play. Slam, getting his, it wasn't anything Pullman did. He just fell really hard, his head up against the ground, as we do hope Tuttle is okay, and, as he is going to go into concussion protocol. But still a football game to play with 2:24 to go.
Yeah, I don't expect Tuttle to be coming back into this game at all, as late as it is. Weinman with Coleman in the backfield. I'm expecting the handoff to Coleman here, 2nd and long, as Weinman looking to throw, already 3 interceptions, as pressure is getting to him, and he just wisely throws us out of bounds. As great coverage by Pullman secondary, keeping the receivers covered up and forcing Weinman throw it out of bounds, and now that brings up 3rd and long for Prosser. The clock stops as well.
Yeah, third and long for the Mustangs, and interesting to see what Prosser's going to do here. With clock continuing to roll down, maybe see a play towards the sideline or something up the middle, maybe a seam route we might see right here with no safety up in the middle. So it'll be interesting to see what is going to happen as well, as you can see in the flat in the left corner, and him dropping back at the middle.
Weinman looking over the middle, and that pass well off target. Pass intended for Tyler Durbin. Dylan Hodge in coverage. As we see Cord Tuttle on the gator, and it looks like he's going to be driven to the locker room, so his night is over. We hope that he is all right. As like we said before, this game's being played on turf, so that could definitely have an impact on head injuries. Byers looking to give Pullman some good field position, as this is only the 2nd time Prosser's had to punt in the game.
Yeah, Pullman probably sending quite a few here. We were almost able to block it.
A nice punt by number 13, Chase Courtney, and the ball takes a Pullman bounce. It's going to be at the 48-yard line in Pullman territory. And so 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. Pullman now controlling its own destiny. We got to be expecting the 2-minute drill off.
Oh, yeah, Eric, this is going to be a fun last 2 minutes, as Pullman's offense has been just explosive in the second half. This is it right here. This is what it's going to come down to. Pullman with only 1 timeout left. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do. Maybe try and get in field goal range, run that clock down, kick a game winner. But Prosser does have 3 timeouts there. So it'll be interesting to see what Pullman will do.
And Prosser showing some pressure. Byers in at quarterback, and he hands it off to Dylan Hodge. Hodge looking to get out on the edge, showing the ability to run downhill, and he picks up a nice gain, about 6 yards on the play. Clock ticking just under 1 minute and 50 seconds. Plenty of time for Pullman to make some plays. Byers in at quarterback, and now here comes Hodge back in motion again, and just a quarterback draw. Byers able to pick up the first down, and so that's going to stop the clock temporarily. Byers a little slow to get up, and he looks like he got shaken up a little bit, kind of limping, but you know, he's showing some real fight out there. This could be possibly his last game of his high school career.
Jed Byers, he's not coming out in this game. He's going to play this through no matter what happens. And the clock continues to roll with 1:30 left.
And a wise handoff to Dylan Hodge. He has found another huge hole, and he looks to break upfield inside of the 20-yard line. Taken down by number 6, Mao Yans. And the clock stops just for the chains to get moved right at 1 minute and 22 seconds. Pullman still has one timeout, so they can run this clock all the way down, call a timeout, and kick the field goal, or they could score the touchdowns. It looked like Hodge was just a little bit tired. We see him sort of get that second burst of speed, but unable to get that. But still a huge gain from Hodge.
Yeah, if you're Pullman here, take this clock, the play clock down quite a bit, and run your play with a few seconds left to go, and then, with the play clock down, and then run your play. But run it with under a minute, and Prosser with 3 timeouts still.
Prosser bringing the blitz, and Byers throws it out to Hildebrand, looking to get the edge, and he has taken down a 2-yard gain for Caden Hildebrand. Tried to get out on to the sideline to stop the clock. Clock is still ticking down, 45 seconds left. Pullman still has one timeout, but another injured player for Prosser. And J.R. Coleman, the other running back for Prosser, is down. And so this could be a huge blow if this game does go to overtime. 2 running backs for Prosser could be coming out, and that will put the pressure on Will Wyman, but Pullman still on offense, as this is a huge loss for Prosser, as Coleman able to get off on his own power. Looks like it might have just been a cramp, as it is getting under 35 degrees here in Grandview, Washington.
Yeah, clock continuing to roll, 42 seconds left to play.
Ball at the 17-yard line.
And so the clock continuing to roll now. Stopped for the injury, but now under 40 seconds. Byers in at quarterback. Motions Hodge. He fakes to Hodge. Byers goes right up the middle. A flag is thrown. Looks like that might have been a face mask. Or excuse me, a hold. Hold on Pullman. So this penalty is going to stop the clock right at 27 seconds. And if this is a holding call, this will definitely take Pullman out of Caden Hildebrand's field goal range. We already saw him miss a field goal tonight. He is 1 for 2 on the night. And so Byers is going to have to make up some serious yards here. Second down and 12. And a timeout. Prosser not liking the coverage there, showing 27 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. And this game has definitely lived up to the hype tonight.
Yeah, Eric, this is going to be an interesting 27 seconds left. Prosser only down 2 timeouts to go. Pullman 1 timeout. It is going to be interesting to see what Pullman's going to do. I think Pullman is going to need to get something down the middle of the field, get to one of the hash marks, and get in that field goal range for Hildebrand to try and kick this field goal and give them the lead, and ultimately maybe the win. So this is going to be, it'll be interesting, Eric, honestly, to see what's going to happen.
You know, if I'm Coach Gopher, I'm drawing up a play for Jed Byers. He has been a dynamic force running the ball tonight, as he has just shown he's unstoppable, the senior. Possibly his last high school game. We hope it's not, but Byers still in that quarterback, and you know, anything can happen here. 27 seconds left to go. Pullman controlling its own destiny here. We see Jared Holstad in single coverage at the bottom of your screen. We might see Byers try to hook up with him in the end zone. Byers rolling out to his right, however, throwing it over the middle. And that goes to Jake Wells, and he's just stood up, still picking up a gain of about 4 yards. And Pullman is going to have to spike the ball.
For the Greyhounds.
But an injured player down on the field. This looks like it's Jake Wells. It looks like he got roughed up. He would not go down. He took shot after catching that ball. And Wells, dynamic playmaker for his team, one of the best athletes on this team, lining up at the receiver. And an eerie silence comes over the crowd as we see Wells just taking shot after shot, and his head was just bobbling like a bobblehead.
Yeah, Eric, he just got piled on that play. That was not a good sign. It looked like they were looking at his left leg.
I mean, his head didn't hit the turf like Tuttle for Prosser, but he just took 3 straight shots.
Yeah, I think Jake's a tough kid. I think he's probably going to be able to get up, but this does not look good right now. I think they're rubbing out, it looks like probably his left knee. He's able to bend it, so that's a good sign, but he's going to be able to hop right back up, and that's good to see that Wells is to be on his feet, but you hate to see him go down, especially in the type of game this is. I hate to see Jake go down like that, Eric. We still got a game to play here with Byers at quarterback.
13 seconds left to go for Pullman. They still have 1 timeout. They definitely want to get some positive yardage as Byers picks up a gain of about 2 yards, so we expect the clock to run down to about 2 seconds, and then the game will go on the shoulders of your kicker, Caden Hildebrand. 24-24. Timeout called by Pullman. Ball is going to be spotted at the 19-yard line. So, Ethan, how long is this field goal going to be for Caden?
At the 19-yard line, Eric. This is going to be a 36-yard kick. So this is going to be a long one, especially for a high school kicker. This is it. The senior, can you come through in the clutch and drill a big field goal and send Pullman to the state playoffs? This would be huge, and it's going to come down to this final play, or we're headed to overtime.
You got to be expecting Prosser to use its last few timeouts to try to ice the kicker.
Well, yeah, Eric. What we're probably going to see is they're going to stack one side of the package. They're just going to stack one whole side, Prosser, and they're going to bring everybody, probably about 2 guys to the right, maybe 3, and they're going to have someone up top try to get that block. But we're probably going to see Coach Ingalls-Walzen call a timeout here right before the kick goes off and ice Hildebrand, the senior.
Definitely a player to watch for Prosser, number 25, J.R. Coleman, at the bottom of your screen. He came off with an injury. He's down there, the speedster for Prosser, and a timeout called by Prosser, trying to ice the kicker. And if you're Caden Hildebrand, you got to have ice in your veins if you want to make this kick.
Yeah, follow right after D'Angelo Russell. He's in those veins. And this would be huge for Pullman if they're able to drill this field goal and go to the state playoffs for the 2nd year in a row, knock off Prosser back-to-back years. If you're the kicker, a lot, is going through your head right now, but just focus on that kick, put it right through the uprights, and do your job. And I think, Caden right here, he should be able to do his job, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, you got to think about the consequences of this kick. If you make it onto the state playoffs, your 2nd straight playoff berth, but if you miss it, this game's going to go into overtime, and now you got to start thinking about the depth of both of these teams, as Prosser with the upper hand with depth. Hildebrand, low kick, and it is no good. Off to the left of the uprights. That one definitely had the leg power, but it was just off to the left. And so we are going to overtime.
Yeah, Eric.
What a ball game.
Yeah, what a ball game is right. It looked like he just missed that, Eric. He got that off right here, the inside of your foot, and he wasn't able to put that one through the uprights. As you feel for Caden there as a senior wanting to drill that kick, but wasn't ultimately able to, as we are headed to overtime here in Grandview. as both teams will get the ball at the 25. Each team will have a chance. So this is going to be a fun overtime, and the winner of this is headed to the state playoffs.
Yeah, coming into this game, we expected it to be close. Last year's game only decided by 1 point. This game tied up 24-24. It certainly has been a fun ball game as the captains for both teams will be coming out on the field. For Pullman, we have Jared Holstad, Trevor Steffen, Jed Byers, and Dietrich Mueller. Let's look back at what is at stake for both these teams. Pullman seeking its second straight playoff berth to the state playoffs as Prosser looking to get its first playoff berth since 2015. And in 2015, they won the state playoffs as the Pullman captains just looking loose, enjoying themselves here in this overtime period.
Hey, if you're a senior, this would be a heartbreaking way to lose your game last game, but hey, having fun with it, try and come out with a win as we'll be getting started here in about 3 minutes, but a tie game, 24-24, Eric, so we're in for a good first overtime.
These players definitely going to get home late tonight, 3-hour bus ride to come here, and it's already 9:30.
Yeah.
These players don't care, as long as they get the win, extend their season even more. And the team has really gone on the backs of these 4 seniors right here. Mueller and Steffen, a big part of both the offensive and the defensive line. Holstad, a big part in the receiving core, and Byers just all over the place on offense and defense as well.
Yeah, Eric, for Hildebrand there, as a senior, he's only, Eric, we got to think about this. He's only 18 years old. It's a young kid coming through. That's a clutch moment, that's a tough moment to drill a game winner, especially at the age you are. And he was unable to do it, but, maybe he'll be able to bounce back and come up big for the Hounds here in overtime as we are in just for a show.
Captains coming out for Prosser, Mo Yans, number 25, J.R. Coleman, number 17, Will Weinman, and number 4, Tyler Durbin. All been big parts for this Prosser team as well. I think the real storyline is just Prosser's offense has not been able to convert touchdowns, from good field position. They have, granted, they have 3 in the second half, but 2 coming off the turnovers from Pullman. They already had the really good field position there, but, they had the opportunity to just bury Pullman after going up 2 touchdowns, allowing Pullman to come back into this game, and now we're in overtime.
Yeah, Eric, this has been a great game in the second half. It was a defensive showdown in the first half, but the second half has been all offense, and it's just been fun to watch as both teams have looked really good. When they got the pick 6, I thought the momentum was gone from the Greyhounds. It was headed to Prosser, and Prosser was going to probably pull away and win this thing. But Pullman showed the resilience and able to fight back and get this thing knotted up with a big touchdown late. And, Eric, just missing the field goal, but hey, we're headed to overtime, and Pullman still has a chance, and so does Prosser to win this game.
Definitely the referee explains the players' rule of overtime to these captains. Storylines coming into this game. Prosser looking for revenge after their 1-point loss to Pullman last year. And then for Pullman, it was who was going to be playing quarterback for Pullman. The answer has been mostly Jed Byers and Jake Wells, as we will see who will win the coin toss. And it looks like, I'm not an expert at reading lips, but I can't really tell.
Well, me neither, Eric. We're kind of all smiling at each other. But here, let me break this down for you guys. What overtime is going to look like. Each team will receive the ball at the 25-yard line on their respective sides, and each team will have 4 downs to try. They'll have first down opportunities, but they will have a chance for touchdown. Both teams will both get the ball still in overtime.
And so it looks like Pullman is going to get the ball first. And this is, in overtime, you prefer to have the ball second. because if your offense doesn't score the football, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense. But I mean, Pullman's defense has looked quite strong tonight, only allowing 24 points here in this ball game.
Yeah, Eric, but what I do, if you really trust your offense, I believe get that ball, score the touchdown, and put the pressure on Prosser then. You put the pressure on them, but, I do like what Pullman did, taking the ball and, having a chance to get this thing, you take the lead in this one.
Hey, if I'm Pullman, I would just throw in Jake Wells in there and try throwing it up to either Isaiah Strong or Jared Holstad out on the edge.
What I think that Pullman, Eric, is going to do in this overtime is we're going to see probably Jed Byers at quarterback. That has really worked so far in the second half. So we will probably see, we are going to see Byers in at the quarterback position. So now the offensive line is going to want to grind down and push this team as Byers is usually in there to run. So we'll see what Pullman does here in their first overtime possession.
And Jake Wells still not in after the injury. Byers with the quarterback keeper finds a huge hole, able to pick up the first down and more inside of the 15-yard line all the way up to the 11-yard line. Clock not a factor in overtime, so this offense can take its time, get the play called right, and then execute.
Yeah, Eric, if you're on Pullman's offense on both teams, you hold on to that ball for your life. You hold on to it. No turnovers right now, because that just gives the team, they can just kick field goals. So Pullman, just hold on the ball, get in that end zone and score a touchdown and take the lead as they have a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Byers with Hildebrand in the backfield. Here comes Pitzer in motion. Byers, the keeper, once again tripped up in the backfield. Still picks up a gain of about 2 yards. Ball's going to be spotted right on the 10-yard line. Tackled made by Mo Yams.
2nd and 9 at the 10.
And we're waiting to see if Jake Wells is going to come back in this game. Came out with an injury. We saw him running around on the sideline.
Yeah, Jake Wells is right next to Coach Kofor on the sideline. So it's good to see him up and moving around. So we might see Wells here in the overtime period.
Pitzer once again in motion. Byers rolling out to his right. Fumble on the play. It is recovered by Prosser. And Byers and his... that is just incomplete. It is a forward pass, not a fumble. Went over the line of scrimmage, and so 3rd down. Pullman catching a break.
Eric, right there. They tried a little shuffle pass, but that was not theirs. They took that away. As you see here, they just took that away. They knocked Hodge out of the way, 67. For the Mustangs, Dawson Frakes, they were able to not push Hodge away, and that ball was forward across the line of scrimmage, so that's just a normal, incomplete pass, and the Hounds will have the ball here, 3rd and 9 at the 10.
Big 3rd down for Pullman. Byers gonna have to throw. Pressure getting to him, and he is still going. He throws it up to Isaiah Strong, and it is caught. It is caught. It is a touchdown. Touchdown, Greyhounds. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Isaiah Strong.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Isaiah Strong, as he has kept his season alive, and a hush goes over in the Prosser crowd. But what a catch.
Eric, unbelievable play. Jed Byers had Wells open across the middle on a post route, but not there. Byers making it happen with his feet, as you see here. Byers just shaking off number 4, breaking up, and what a play by Byers, stepping up, trusting your wideout, number 11, Isaiah Strong, just toss it up to him, and Isaiah Strong, what a player he is, and able to come down with it. That is his 8th touchdown now of the season. I mean, what a catch. You said it best. I mean, unbelievable play there by Isaiah Strong.
Play of the year.
Well, definitely.
No doubt about it. Pullman wins this game. Oh, man, that was such an incredible... First, Byers able to evade this Prosser defense, making plays with his legs, then throwing it up to Isaiah Strong, your playmaking receiver, and he tips it up right to himself. Just out jumps the Prosser defenders, able to bring it down. So now Prosser's turn to show what they're made of. We're definitely going to see J.R. Coleman out there. He is the leading rusher for Prosser. We've seen them definitely struggle throwing the ball, so definitely expect Coleman to get the handoff on a couple of these plays.
Yeah, Eric. Is they're going to give it to Coleman? I go to him. He's a great running back. Give him the ball. Try and give this team, try and tie it up. I mean, wow. Eric, I'm still in shock over that catch by Isaiah Strong. You said that best. Great call by you. I mean, what a play by Pullman. But here comes the Prosser Mustangs.
Running the no huddle still. And Coleman trying to get out, but tackle made by Zane Wilson in the backfield. Gain of maybe 1 yard for Coleman, but Wilson just showing the speed and sheer determination to bring down Coleman.
That great play there by Zane Wilson, leaving it on the line. The senior right here, just coming through, bringing Coleman down. Way to just get him low, get him at the waist, pull him down, have another tackler come in, and you got him. So great play there by Zane Wilson, and the other Pullman player able to come in and make a team tackle there.
3rd down and 3 on the 18-yard line. Definitely watch Coleman in the backfield. And he is going to take the handoff, waiting for a hole. And this is going to be close, but I don't think he got the first down. And he is well short of the first down. So here it is, 4th down and 2 for Prosser.
Eric, right here, this is it right here. This is the game right here. Pullman, 4th and 2. Here it is.
Coleman in the backfield once again. And blinds jumps as number 23, it looks like Jordan Garcia, the receiver, definitely jumped. Also, some Pullman defenders jumped as well, so it is going to be an interesting call.
Eric's going to be, who did the ref see jump first? And this is it here, as they're going to tell the head official who.
Well, usually if players from both teams jump, it'll usually go on the offense, but with it looks like it's going to go against Pullman. And so as a 1st down for Prosser.
Dang it. Well, now, Eric, it is going to be at the 17. So ball's at the 7. They got to get to the, they got to get to the 2-yard line for a 1st down. So that's either a touchdown, basically, Eric. They're going to have to get a touchdown from here. So this is it. The Mustangs on 1st and 10 as they get the Greyhounds to jump off sides.
You know, what a great call by the coaching staff. Just going with the hard count, trying to draw Pullman offside. So now 1st and 10, you got 4 plays to put the ball into the end zone. And a handoff to J.R. Coleman. And he almost breaks into the end zone, but what a tackle made by number 23, Dylan Hodge. And if Dylan Hodge wasn't there, that would have definitely been a touchdown.
Yeah, Dylan Hodge able to wrap up Coleman low. You got to get him low and he can go down, but if you tackle him high, he'll just throw you off. He's that good of a player, and he's a big, strong running back, as you see. He just runs hard, puts his shoulder down, and then a good tackle at the leg by Hodge.
2nd down and 2 for Prosser. We have yet to see them throw the ball, and why would you? J.R. Coleman doing all the work for this team. And guess who? Coleman stopped. Definitely picking up the 1st down, however.
James Pitzer in on the tackle for the Greyhounds. So Pullman able to come up with a stop. And it is going to be 3rd and 1. So both teams, it's going to be power football right here. A little SEC football right here, Eric.
Absolutely. I would expect nothing more than J.R. Coleman just getting the handoff, trying to pick up the 1st down, maybe even the touchdown. Looks like they're going to go to the right side, and there's Coleman. Pullman getting in the backfield, but Coleman breaking free. Touchdown, Prosser.
Eric, what a run there by J.R. Coleman.
Absolutely. You know, it looked like Pullman had Coleman stop in the backfield, but just try to tackle him up high, and you cannot tackle Coleman.
I cannot stress enough right here. Look at right there, arm tackle, high. Try to get him high. Try to push him. You gotta get him low. If you get him low, you can bring him down. And Pitzer had him, but he just didn't get him low enough. If you're gonna bring him down, you gotta bring him down low. And wasn't able to get there. Good effort by Pitzer, but wasn't able to get him down. And this is it right here, Eric. What we saw last year, a block PAT sent Pullman to the state playoffs. So what is Prosser going for the win, or are they going to go
Yeah, I think this is just a reminder from their coach, block. Make sure you get your blocks. Don't allow anybody in there. Especially watch Isaiah Strong as he had the block last year, but they also could be talking about going for 2 as they've had a lot of success with J.R. Coleman on the ground as he took every single handoff on that drive and pounded it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, Eric, it looks like they are going to go for 2. They are going to go for 2, Eric. As you see the kicker here on the sidelines, they're going for the win and the state playoff berth right here, as this is going to come down to one play. One of these teams is going to go to the state playoffs.
And here it is.
Oh my gosh, wow.
I had chills running down my spine.
Here we go, Eric. This is it right here.
Prosser will take the ball at the 3-yard line. Coleman in the backfield with Weinman. And Weinman fumbles the ball, and it is over.
Pullman
with
going to state. Pullman is going to state. Wow.
Pullman is going to state.
Wow.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Wow.
Weinman fumbles the ball.
My gosh. Weinman fumbles the ball, folks. He fumbles the ball. He just got his knees down on the ground. He did not go for the pickup. He put his knees down on the ground, and Pullman is going to go to the state tournament for back-to-back years and knock the Prosser Mustangs off for the second straight season in 1-point fashion. Your Pullman Greyhounds are victorious tonight, 31-10. 31-30, excuse me.
I cannot believe my eyes. First and foremost, Prosser deciding to go for 2.
Wow, Eric.
And then the fumble snap, and I'm just surprised they didn't hand it off to Coleman. It only would have been a 3-yard run for Coleman. He was the one who had every single handoff on that last drive for Prosser. But they decided to throw the ball with Weinman, who already had thrown 3 interceptions. But what a game by Pullman. The touchdown they had in overtime, caught by Isaiah Strong. Caught by Isaiah Strong. That was just an impressive play in itself. And Pullman escaping Prosser with another 1-point victory last year, beating them 14-13. And what an overtime it was. Certainly an exciting game. Pullman coming out victorious. They live to see another good day. Prosser, however, their season is over, finishing with a record of 7-3. Certainly our player of the game tonight, Isaiah Strong, catching that touchdown pass in the end zone in overtime. However, 2 interceptions on the night for the sophomore, and he has just been one of many impact players tonight. But definitely was a team effort by Pullman here in this game. As we look at the catch by Strong, Byers, just a miracle right here. I have no idea how he saw Strong.
Wow,
perfect pass.
Yeah, Eric, he was able to tip it up to himself and get that touchdown. Eric, what a game by this Pullman team as they were able to escape Grandview and win this one 31-30.
And so we see right here Dylan Hodge, James Pitzer, 2 of the running backs for this Pullman team. And then you got Jed Byers, number 12, talking with Jake Coleman, J.R. Coleman's brother. And Byers, certainly one of the other impact players of the game, doing it on the quarterback side of the ball, also in the run game. He sort of did it all when they needed him on defense, especially in the linebacker position, coming up with huge tackles. But just a team performance overall. Pullman's defense took a stand, and just the mistake made by Prosser on that final play, deciding to go for 2. I'm not sure about that call. Prosser definitely with the advantage in the depth, but Pullman just showing a little bit more heart in this game. 16 seniors, like we mentioned before, and they really did it tonight. Down 14 points early on in the game. And it looks like we have Coach David Kofer. He's going to come up, talk to us about the game here later on. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But Pullman coming out on top 31-30 here in Grandview. Traveling up a 3-hour bus ride, going to school for half the day. As you see, Coach Kofer showing a lot of emotion there, and you just got to be proud of his team. They went through that stretch in the middle of the season, the 2 blowout losses to West Valley Yakima and West Valley Spokane, double-digit losses, coming back, beating Cheney 28-7, and then the blowout win against East Valley. This team definitely hitting their stride at the right time. A huge win. A huge win for Pullman as they're going to advance on to the state playoffs. They're going to be traveling over to the west side of the state. We have yet to know who they are going to be playing in their next game, but they're definitely going to be having to travel a little bit further than they did in this game. Player of the game tonight, Isaiah Strong, 2 interceptions for Pullman, but also the touchdown catch in overtime. A little tip drill for him as we see Coach Kofer congratulating his team, and definitely got to be proud of him. The first-year coach, 6-3 record on the season, and his season is still going on. Young, energetic coach, you got to like what you've seen from him this year. You see number 10, Connor Kincaid, the quarterback who started the season Pullman, who broke his collarbone. Definitely out for the season still, but Pullman still got questions going forward, such as who's going to be playing quarterback. But tonight, after the play made by Byers, you got to be expecting Byers is going to continue to go out there and start for Pullman.
Oh yeah, Eric, what a game by this Pullman offense in the second half. Just a great calls by Coach Kofer on the offensive end. I love what I'm seeing from him so far. It's just what a game by Pullman. They trailed and they fought back down 17-3 to begin the second half, and were able to fight back and get this thing all knotted up. What a comeback by this Pullman football team.
And then you see right here, Dietrich Mueller, the senior, giving a little pep talk to his team, one of the senior captains. And this team just really showed a lot of heart tonight. Down 14 points, we saw this team has grown up a lot. When they were playing against West Valley Spokane and they got down big, they just kind of gave up. Same thing happened with West Valley Yakima. But tonight, down 14 points, making the comeback, able to get the 1-point victory. And, definitely a shout out to all the fans who came down for Pullman. Definitely a small student section small fan section for Pullman compared to Prosser. As Coach Kofer is going to be running up here. Pullman singing the fight song. We'll get Coach Kofer up here in a minute. Pullman with a 31-30 victory. And what a game. I'm still in shock from this game, especially that catch by Isaiah Strong, play of the year. And wow, what a catch. What a play by this defense. And, an unfortunate turnover for Prosser, but you know what? Someone had to win that game, and that was Pullman. And we see some players, Pullman celebrating.
Turn that one on.
Coach Kofer coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job.
I'll be at your house in 10 minutes. No,
Okay.
Congrats on the win, sir.
No, I'm not. Thank you. All right, where we at?
All right, Coach Kofer, tell us about...
Looking. I don't know what to do with my hands. All right, wonderful.
All right, tell us about that play. Come down, the play with Isaiah Strong, that tipped-up catch. What was that play?
I mean, that was absolutely incredible. That's just a guy finding a way to get it done, make a play, and, just how we drew it up, I guess. But, we've been preaching to our guys this entire season. When the ball's in your area, you got to go make a play, and our playmakers did that tonight, and that was the difference tonight.
Tell us about the game plan coming into this game. Your offense has been up and down, definitely hitting a high in your last game against East Valley, and then coming in this game, 3 points at halftime, but definitely finding your rhythm in the second half. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew it was going to be a grinder. Both teams like to run the football. Both teams are going to be physical. We saw that tonight. We were trying to control the ball. You saw in the second quarter we had a nice long drive. That's what we were trying trying to do all game. And then we went in at halftime. We had to make some adjustments just based on some fronts they were giving us that we hadn't really seen yet. Our guys really responded really well. And, in the second half, we just had multiple quarterbacks make plays. We had guys in space make plays. We finally got Dylan Hodge a touchdown that didn't get called back. And so I thought offensively our guys responded. It's really easy for us, down 17-3 to kind of quit turning, and we never quit. And again, that was ultimately the difference.
You guys are going to be traveling over to the west side for the state playoffs. We don't know who you're going to be playing, but tell us about how you're going to be preparing for that playoff.
Yeah, I told our guys, hey, the best part about winning tonight is we get an extra week together. This team's so close, and that's what makes it fun, and we want to just keep going. At this point, we don't really care who we play. We're probably playing Hawkinson. They're a good team, but, so are we. And so I think we're peaking right now, especially after gutting out a performance like this. I'm really looking forward to seeing who we're playing and get over there and see what we got.
The last question for you, I'm sure you want to get in the team. We saw Jake Wells go down with an injury. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Oh, he's fine. I mean, we had some guys cramping up, he'll be fine. He'll be back. He was jumping in that pile just like everybody else, so he'll be fine.
All right, good to see you.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Hey, go Hounds.
And we thank Coach Kofer for coming up here. And we thank you for tuning into this ball game. Pullman pulling out the victory, 31-30. And we thank you, all you fans, for tuning in to this game tonight. And unfortunately, this will probably be our last game produced, unless we get to go over to the west side and produce that game. But we thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Eric Martin. Along with me was Ethan Kramer, and we're glad that we got to bring you another game and another Pullman Greyhound win. And so we say good night. Have a good night.